Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob.
I'm El. Uh-oh.
And today we're playing this guy, Video Game Champion. Yeah, we grabbed a copy at Gen Con. Full disclosure, we paid for this with our own money. So you can fully trust all the good and bad things we say about this game. Just kidding. Don't trust me ever. All right.
I think that's why they come here, actually.
Yeah. Open and truthful to a fault. A fault. Bolt, hello, happy Saturday everyone watching live. Hello. Thank you to these people for supporting the channel, allowing us to travel to Gen Con, purchase games like this, and live stream them for you here on a weekend chilling. Thank you everyone for supporting the channel. Thank you to all 13 of you who clicked the like button so far. That's huge. Thank you. Helps other people find the channel. It's free, easy to do, of course. Hello, roll on in everybody. Roll on in. Hello.
Everyone's coming in saying hi.
That animated intro is literally just the trailer from the publisher. That's all that is. I did not spend months or hire a video editing or video CGI creation studio or anything to do that. I literally just ripped that off from the publisher's website. So if you want to watch that on loop, you could just watch the first few minutes of the stream, or you can go over to the website, watch it without my graphics all over it and stuff. So I just figured it looked cool when I was looking up the game before Gen Con, and I saw that and I was like, I'll just save that to my watch later list because I want to incorporate that into our intro just as like something for people to watch while they wait, you know?
Yeah,
It just looked like a cool, yeah, it was very well done. It's just a cool little like 1 minute loop, but it's like very nice.
Yeah.
It brought me some of the nostalgic feels. Speaking of supporting the channel, thank you for clicking the super chat button down below. Jacko, thank you so much. Production costs aren't cheap. Thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Production costs are okay. Over time, I guess they're not the greatest, but we won't talk about how much it all costs in the long run, but it's all good. Thank you so much.
So I think we have someone here from the company.
Oh, that's too bad.
Welcome.
So here comes a new challenger. Yeah.
Yes.
I almost wore my Street Fighter shirt today, but I was like, I didn't want to get out the wireless mics to like clip it on a t-shirt. I was just being lazy. But I have a few video game shirts actually that would have worked perfect for this stream.
Oh yeah, I guess I could have worn one too.
Yeah,
I
some
had,
90s.
Super Mario Brothers one,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I had. Oh man,
Oh, yeah.
we weren't thinking about
No,
it.
I thought about it. I was going to say it, but I'm like, I don't really want to set up the other mics that go better on t-shirts. I was like, let's not do it. I like the quality of these ones better, so.
But welcome.
But Sam's Game Cave is here. Hello.
Hello.
A Brazilian game on the channel. No, this is English.
Oh yeah.
This is a fully English game. I don't know what you're talking about. So I learned when I was researching this game on BGG before going to Gen Con, this is a game that has already been out in Brazil. It was designed by Brazilian folks who are definitely cool. They're not as cool as us Canadians, but they're still okay.
They're close.
They're okay because they designed some cool games. I think also the other one was also a Brazilian design. The Comic Hunters one we grabbed too. Somebody said that was translated. So these games are picked up by Arcane Wonders, who's doing the like English publishing and translation. That's whose booth we bought it at Gen Con from. So I think this is an early copy. They only had limited early copies at Gen Con, I'm pretty sure. Because when I checked the publisher's website this morning, it said coming soon still. So this might not be in retail when you're watching this, but I'm sure it's coming out like within a month or two. They probably just flew over some copies like a month or two before the boat shows up with the copies, you know? Mm-hmm. So keep that in mind. So yeah.
So we're gonna tease you with this game.
No, we have some awesome Brazilian viewers that like come to our channel and watch our different games and stuff. Like that always love shouting out they're from Brazil, and I love it. Like I'm kind of like that proud Canadian, you know. I do the same thing. As long as we're both making fun of Americans, it's like all good.
But they also say, love your variation of taste here. Yes, we definitely do play all types of games.
So, full disclosure, we bought this game, like I said. I'll say whatever I want. I always say whatever I want, no matter if the publisher gave us the game or whatever. But and they're here, so feedback is going to be thrown. Not that you can really change anything now, but I'd be damn down for an expansion, though. I'll give that up. Giving away some of my thoughts already. Here's the deal. So I know we have a lot of people that watch this channel who are like from my generation, even a little earlier or a little later. This game will definitely, like the theme and the beautiful coding of art and stuff on it will definitely appeal to you, because this is targeted, or this is simulating. The idea is the theming of this game is you're a kid in the 90s. Let me just read it.
Yeah.
I want to get it accurate here. Okay, ready? The 1990s, the golden age of 16-bit video games. A simpler time when every kid's dreams revolved around becoming the next video game champion. Video Game Champion is a competitive strategy board game for 2 to 5 players that takes 50 to 90 minutes to play, or if you're playing it on live stream with Rob, it'll take like 7 hours. Because the chat keeps interrupting you, you know? Just it's all chat's fault, of course. You and your friends are 90s kids dividing your time and attention between earning money, studying, renting video games, which is like one of my favorite things from growing up. Like all week sucked until I knew on the weekend I could go rent a video game if I was allowed to rent a video game, or my parents would give me the money, or I was good or whatever. Like seriously, that was like the greatest thing in my life. My friends, who cares? Family, bah, they suck. But video games, oh my God, that was like the best weekends ever. But anyways, you spend your time renting video games, studying, money, buying game strategy magazines, or a poor folk like me, I just would sit in the store on the floor reading them until the guy behind the counter finally said, "Hey, put that magazine back, get out of my store." Begging your parents to buy you video games as presents, and ultimately playing as many video games as you can. Do you have what it takes to rise above the competition and become the next video game champion? So basically you're like the video game champion of your neighborhood. You have like 5 weeks to rent games, beg for games as presents. The idea is just play as many games as you can. If you can beat them, even better, you'll earn more points. You can buy strategy magazines to help you beat the games easier. And when you first play a game, you get a thrill, which gives you like kind of a bonus to help you play more games. It's like a set collection game where it's like a little bit of point salad happening where you get points like all over the place. But the main focus you should be doing is trying to play video games and rent video games to get them played, and buying, like your parents buying video games for you, and using whatever means you can to play as many as you can, because they'll get you points all over the place. There are little achievements, kind of like think of Terraforming Mars, or what other game has like the achievements that you like race for, that everyone's racing for? The first
like
one you get them. Everdell. Yeah, Everdell. It has like that kind of thing. So like if you target certain types of video games or difficulty level of video games, depending on what is in the market, or buy certain magazines because you're trying to grab an achievement, you can even get more points doing that. And you'll see all that on the table. We'll do a full playthrough today, as we usually do. I'll explain the game as best as I can. I couldn't find a how to play video yet or anything, to link down below, so you're just gonna have to go with my best description. But I did find the rule book is on Arcane Wonders website already. So if you go to the website, actually I might have it here. Here's the game we're playing for anyone not clear, if I'm not speaking clearly or whatever. This is the game. It's called Video Game Champion, the English version. It's translated, transport yourself to the early 90s to be the 16-bit video game champion. 2 to 5 players, 50 to 90 minutes, age 11 plus, weight 2.75. We did play it with our daughter last night for the second time. This will be our third playthrough, so keep that in mind. We might get some rules wrong. I think we're doing it okay. I've reread the rules twice, but again, we have no video to confirm with or anything like that, to just make sure. So it's just my reading comprehension and Mel's reading comprehension at our best. But if we do have some people from the publisher here, maybe they'll yell at us if they see we're doing something wrong. But our daughter did ask, like, our daughter doesn't play board games with us anymore unless I literally like blackmail her. So she actually saw us playing this one and came up and was like, "Oh, can I play?" And we're like, "Let's do it tomorrow." Then she delayed on us, and we played last night though, but she was eager to play and actually was like, took the rule book from me, and like she didn't read it really.
She glanced it.
She took the intent, like she's never actually said, "I'm gonna go try to read the rule book before we play." Like that's never happened. That was like a first time ever, where she was so interested in playing based on our fun expression from playing and the table presence. It just like fit with our family so well.
Yeah.
My daughter's a video gamer. I grew up as a video gamer. I've turned Mel into a video gamer. Yeah, so it hits. It hits.
I did ask her thoughts as well, so I can relay her thoughts later as well.
We'll give our thoughts at the end, of course, but again, take them with a grain of salt, because I'm like super like, this hits I'm wearing my nostalgia glasses, so I might not be seeing this. I might play the game and have more fun because of the theme and the nostalgia memories, the vibe it gives me, but it might be a crap game underneath. Like I might be being tricked, so keep that in mind. Like I have a problem if I play something with like Lord of the Rings theme, Game of Thrones theme, 90s video games theme. I just instantly my bias starts, like points are added whether I want to add them or not, and I don't know why. Like it's just keep that in mind. Please keep that in mind. I will definitely forgive things when they're like targeted at me is how I feel, right? Like it's like, oh, that's fine. It goes a little long, or it's a little convoluted, or the rule book's not that great. That's totally fine. The game looks beautiful, and it's giving me those feels, you know. So just keep that in mind as we're playing. So please, warning, don't trust me. Don't trust me. Okay.
Funny story, really, really quickly about what you just read there is Rob read that little blurb to me that he read to you guys, and I looked at him right after. I'm like, that is his life. How many stories I've listened to of Rob tell me about renting video games, hanging out with his friends when he was little, and he read that little blurb, and I was like, oh my God, this is your life right here.
So this, before Gen Con when we read it, right? You're saying? Yeah, and we talked about this on the live stream before we went to Gen Con about like why this game was even on our list to even care about. But this was like the second game I like ran for. It was close to the first game I went for, but I wanted to have it. And the other thing, I couldn't find it in any Canadian board game pre-order websites, anything. So I was like, we're traveling to the US to go to Gen Con. This is a game that might not show up in Canada ever or really late. I don't know. And it has a theme I want. And it was a reasonable price. I was like, I will try it, even though I don't know much about it other than the theme and some of the point salad little set collectionness of it, but I don't mind those kind of games. Those are still fine. But this is definitely the theme is what pulled me into it. I want to, like, I'm the target. Like, I grew up in this time, so if your game doesn't hit this theme or give me those feels, I can tell you flat out if it does or it doesn't. So I feel like I'm an expert in this area. Like, I will tell you, like, oh yeah, I want to show you the rules. So this is the website. If you want to find the rules and open them while we're playing along and look anything up to, like, if you're not sure or you want to yell at us or we're misunderstanding something or you think you know better, like you have the game or whatever, in the resources here they have you just click on resources and you'll find the rule book. So you can open up a PDF version of it, which I have here, if you want to read before you like even are interested in the game or not, because we're going to show as much as we can. We might not have everything correct, but you'll definitely have a good understanding of the game from my explanation and our playthrough and our thoughts at the end for sure. So, but if you're like a rule book guy like me and you want the nitty gritty, like, how many actual tiles or cards are in the game for replayability? Like, you check here, it'll tell you all that stuff. And if you're not sure, like, we're not explaining it the best way because I don't teach the right way for everybody, of course, and I ramble on things and get distracted, squirrel. And then, so it's all here if you want to read through it to make sure the game is for you. But that's all the info we really have to go by. It says rule book, and I have the game. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes I have I can watch playthroughs by the publisher, watch video, official how to play videos by the publisher. But I didn't have those resources available to me, so just keep that in mind. But it's not that complex of a game, of course.
But the people from the company did say they will help with any rules questions that we have or you have in the chat as well.
I appreciate it.
And it looks like the one there, Patrick Mathis, is also looks like a designer here as well.
Oh no, hold on. Let's see if we can confirm.
On the other one, yeah.
Let's see if we confirm if Patrick is actually a designer. If there was only a way, we could just like quickly at our fingertips, like connect to some kind of database or something online database thing to like find designers really quickly. Or if there was only a way we could verify with the rule book if Patrick is really a designer of the game, he might be a fake. I wonder if we can for sure determine if Patrick really worked on this game.
I think it's confirmed here.
I don't know. I think we can trust Patrick.
But Patrick says, thanks Rob for coming Gen Con. I couldn't be there, so watch your videos.
It's all good.
Lost it. Watch your videos there were the way to get the feeling of the event. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely was cool. Oh, am I zoomed in? Whoops. So this game on the table, trying to fit this on screen, is quite the big table presence. It gets even worse. Or fine, depending on your table size. We played 3-player and I was like, oh my God, we're having trouble fitting on our dining table and our dining table is like pretty big without expanding it. And I was like, whoa, this is just like cards and tiles and already we're like, don't have much space. So keep that in mind. It's a pretty big table space game because they use like, I think it's like tarot size cards for the video games. So they're kind of big. So if you're sleeving, you might need some big tarot size card sleeve or something. But we're not, but these cards need to stay out all the time. There needs to be an area for tiles all the time, an area for tiles over here. These keep getting refilled. So like literally like you need this much table space. Plus you'll be owning video games in your area and magazines and collecting tiles. So you definitely need quite a larger player area considering. The tableau and like in your area is not that big, but it's just these cards. These are like, I don't know if it comes across on stream, but these are like bigger tarot size cards. So just having a whole bunch of them all over the table just is the reason why it takes up a lot of space. So I'm kind of zoomed out a little bit. Hopefully you can see all the things, but if we need to like zoom in and check things out, we'll try our best to explain it. But let me tell you, one of my fondest memories, okay, everyone gather around the fireplace. Uncle Rob's gonna tell you a story. All right, so yeah, just the video game rental thing. Like, here's how it was for me back in the late 80s, early 90s, which this game is like kind of inspired by the 16-bit era, but even back to the 8-bit era, we used to have a local rental store. I know rental stores are like a dying thing, just like arcades, right? They're like, now you'll see them come back up, but they're like more commercialized or not as cool. But we had a little family ma and pa rental store that was probably like a 10 or 15-minute walk from my house. And I used to have to cross like major intersection lights to get to it. It was like kitty corner to like my block basically. But I was like probably like started around 7 or 8. If I was good on the Friday or Saturday, I would beg. Literally an action in this game is to beg your parents to get you a video game as a gift for your birthday or Christmas or whatever, right? But I used to like go home and I'd be like, please, Mom, I was good this week, you know, show her some assignment or like, you know, try to beg like I didn't do anything bad or I didn't like steal something from my brother or sister or fight with them or something, or like, look, I let the dogs out and I did some chore or whatever, you know, like I'm being good. Can I please rent a video game? Please. It'd be like raining out. So I'm like, I don't want to go to my friend's house or something. And I would beg. Here's how it worked. You're like a 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old. You're not supposed to be like allowed to have a membership at a video rental store where they have games and movies and a area in the back with a curtain that had special movies in it. So I would take my mom's video rental card, which was literally like a laminated business card. It was so like family, you know, like it was very cheap. I remember this card exactly because I would carry it like it was like so valuable. Okay. But because I was so young, the guys there would allow my mom to write a note. Like she would write in like
on a piece of paper?
Yeah, but what do you call like the writing that's like not printing?
Handwriting.
Handwritten. She'd write a handwritten letter saying, I so-and-so authorize, you know, my son so-and-so to rent a game of up to this price, you know, for whatever from my account, and she'd sign her name. So I would take that, like I would go on a freaking side quest. No, this was a main quest. This was definitely a main quest. Every weekend I could. I still remember this like exactly. I remember a few different rental stores I would go to where we lived. But I remember this one I'd go to so much, and they like made the fresh popcorn in there, so I'd come in, the smell would be so amazing. I'm not joking. Like I don't know time when I was a kid, but I would literally spend in this store, had like the full front glass wall was all like just shelves of video games, and you could see through these like graded shelves outside. So the back of the games would get all, the ones that are older would get all sun bleached or whatever, you know, like, but I would sit there, who even knows, 30, an hour and a half, 2 hours. I have no idea how long I hung out in this store, but I would sit there reading the back of every game I've never read before. Every week I went, if a new ones were there, I would read them all. And I would, like, cause this was the biggest decision of my life. Like I treat board gaming like this now too. I do all this research, like the same thing I do now where I research. I'm like, every little thing is like the biggest choice. I have to make the right decisions. But I would sit there reading the back of every video game, looking at the covers. I'd have a few in my hand, and the guy would see me and he'd be laughing like, hey Rob, you want some popcorn? You know, and like he'd give me a free little bag of popcorn, and I'd be sitting there with popcorn, like walking, reading video games, and they had like a movie playing on a TV, and I like hung out there like in no rush to get home with the game, because the game I took home had to be the right one, because I was going to be stuck with this game all weekend, right? So it's like, it has to be good. It has to be the right theme. And I remember then I'd go up to the front counter and I'd put the game down, put the membership down, and he'd look at me and I'm like, oh yeah, hold on. I'd get out the little folded paper, little lined paper, literally lined paper, like this, like just like this, lined paper just like this. And I would hand it out, put it on the desk. He would look at it every time pretending like it was like is this one going to be the fake one? You know, like I went there so much, and he still to like the end of time, like when they finally went out of business, like I was old enough, you know, like he still would take those notes and go, you know, like super serious and be like, all right, it's good. And then like cash me out, and I'd, you know, hand the little $3 I would hand over, you know, whatever it was, $1.99 to rent it, you know, for the weekend. And then, man, I don't think I ever get home so fast after in my life. That's where I got my exercise, was like, once I made that 2-hour decision, running home with that video game, I remember they were in those clear plastic snapping containers, have like an NES cartridge or an SNES cartridge in there, like bobbling around, you know, and I'm like running home with it in a little plastic shopping bag. So excited, so excited. And yeah, so this game, like, definitely has the renting games from the rental store. Okay, this is the rental store that I'm taking my note down to and my parents' membership. Okay, so we're getting into the teach here. Over here is the store where you purchase games, okay? I'm going to treat these like 2 separate places, okay? So this is the rental store, 15 games they have. Actually, sorry, they only have 7 games right now. 2 of them are new releases. And you know something is a new release if it has one of these crystals on it of varying colors. Unfortunately, one of them is clear, so you might not be able to see it that well on stream. But these crystals let you know these are new releases. So my rental store this week just got in 2 new releases, and they are more expensive to rent, okay? So this is the rental store. We have 15 games in the rental store. Every week, when we get through the weekend, at the start of the new week, the rental store will get 2 new video games. And we go that way each round, okay? Each round until all are revealed, and we know that's pretty much the last round of the game, and then we total up points, okay? And in the store over here, picture this is like mom and pa rental store, and this is like whatever department or video game store was there for you in the 90s. For us in Canada, we had like Babbage's. We had, which eventually became EB Games, which eventually was bought by GameStop. Or this is your Kmart. Okay, Kmart, I used to go buy video games in the early 90s. Walmart, Zellers in Canada we had, which was like a Target, okay? This is where you go buy your brand new games, okay? These are always new releases when they come out. They always have a crystal, and there's a pile of them here to refill 3 every week. And even if you don't buy any of these, they fully disappear and new ones come out, okay? And then you can buy from those. Same with the magazines. Magazines are also new and have a crystal on them. The crystal is also used to signify if the magazine has been read and used to beat or play a video game or not, okay? So you can buy a magazine, and once you finally use the magazine, one-time use only for some reason, I guess you rip the pages or write on them or what, I don't know. But anyways, once you use the code to like beat a video game, and we always start with a video game, okay? Our parents, for some reason, this is like Mario Brothers that got packaged with the console, as Mel called it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know why we all start with a video game. That's kind of funny, but it's like basically everyone, like if your parents bought the good version of the console, you always got a game included, you know? The Mario Duck Hunt combo cart, right?
The one that comes with the game, with the system.
Super Mario World, you know? Eventually, like, there was that awesome one, Super Mario, with like the redo of Mario 1, 2, and 3 packaged with it. That was like the best value one for sure. Some consoles, sometimes you could buy a Tetris bundle. Now you find them all the time. There's like, you know, the Halo Xbox bundle, or, you know, whatever. The Uncharted PlayStation 3 bundle, you know, whatever. But this is like, everyone starts with this one game in your collection that you can play and beat, right? And you can only beat a game once. Once the game's beaten, it's done. You can play a game and then play it again to try to beat it. But then that's the most you can do, is like play a game twice. But you can beat it on your first try. And the magazines can help you do that, okay? And I'll explain a little bit more about those, but I'm just kind of like letting you know what's on the table here, okay? It also comes with a reference sheet of symbols, so I'll try to explain what this little hieroglyphic reference sheet's all about. It's a little confusing, but once you kind of understand what all the symbols mean, it's not bad. And then there's your scoring. Just to remind you what scoring is, you also have to take a night class to learn what all that means. So yeah.
But it does get...
I like the way they use tiebreaker as literally a tie, like a broken tie. At first I was like, what the hell does that mean? That's a cool one. That should be like an industry standard symbol for tiebreaker now, I think. That's clever. Anyways. Until nobody wears ties anymore, then we're like, uh-oh, what's this symbol? This is an old people symbol. All right. Over here, I don't know the best way to describe this, but like, if you know, you know, okay? What do you see here when you look at this 4 circles on top of a gray circle surrounded by a lighter gray? Ignore the chickens. That's just like a suit. Okay, but those are the chickens, you know, that drop in like Final Fight that you like pick up to heal. Okay, There's just different suits, right? To help people who are colorblind, you know, it's like that's purple. It also has a shield and a sword there. You got, you know, the Zelda little theme kind of thing feeling there. Anybody? What do you see here? What do you see here? Unlimited chicken there? Nope, nope. So ignore the symbols in the corner. So here's a 6. Like, what do you see here? Let me hold it this way, maybe. Maybe that'll help some people. No? Nobody? Okay, it's the Super Nintendo controller, okay? If the purple didn't help you, the North American Super Nintendo being purple and gray. If you're in Europe, you'd see like more colors on it. You'd have the red, yellow, blue, and green. Yeah, so this is buttons. These are button tiles, okay? These are button tiles. Just picture like a Super Nintendo controller, almost exactly. It's like the buttons on the right side, you know, like you're playing. Okay, these are button tiles, okay? They basically are just suits. We're collecting these and spending them to play games, okay? So they're like your, kind of like your knowledge, your information, your skill, your excitement for the video game. And you collect these and you spend them. Just think of suits as a cards, you know, like 1 of hearts, you know, 3 of diamonds, like it's that kind of idea. So you have 5 different suits, I think, right?
Yep.
You have like red, yellow, purple, blue, green. I think I got them all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they're right here. So these colors basically, right, are all in there. These ones up here, okay? Those are genres of games. I'll talk about the game carts in a sec. But these buttons, you're collecting them, okay? And when you collect them, based on the one you collect, so if I take this 7, and you'll see this, it'll make more sense when we actually play through the game and turn by turn. I'm just gonna try to quickly go through this as best I can, but if I take this tile, if you notice around here, we have this little like kind of grid, right? So if I take a tile from here in this row and this column, we're on a 2-player setup, so it's a little different. When you play 4 players, you use the other side of the tiles and there's more tiles, but it's condensed for 2 players. Just keep that in mind. So it has like anyone remember the Sega Master System cartridges that all had the white with the, you know, the squares on the back? This is straight up. When I play on this side, I get like, you know, my friends had the Sega, you know, the ones that weren't cool enough to have Nintendo. Sorry, guys. This is before Genesis, right? This is like Sega Master System. And then on the other side, it's like brown. So I'm not a fan of the brown side. I prefer the white side because it gives me those old Sega 80s feels. But these are actions, okay? And even some of these tiles condense 2 tiles. Again, for 2-player, they condense some of the tiles into 1. But what happens is when you select a tile, you get to choose an action here or an action here if I took a tile from that row, but only one action. And I'll explain these actions in a second, but when you take one, you fire off an action, okay? You take a tile from the grid. This is your turn. You take an action from the grid, either in the column or the row. You check to make sure you have 8 or less tiles in your area, and if you have more, discard down to 8. Then you can play any games you have access to. Every player repeats this turn order, so one player gets to do this once, then you go to the next player, then the next player, until each of you have taken 3 tiles from here and done 3 actions and played whatever games you have access to. You don't have to play games. You maybe don't have any you can play because the tiles you have don't match, right? Once you're done those 3 turns, that's the end of the week. You go to check if anyone's waking up early. That's what this means. And I'll explain what that does. But that basically is how in some of these point games like this, Euro games, you can switch player order. So if you spend an action to wake up early, which is on this one, if you do this action right here, to switch a tile in the grid with a tile you have, then to wake up early, you can change the initiative order. And this tile right here helps you with setup and initiative. And then once the order is changed, if you wake up early, you might get to go first or before other players. So on the weekend, get this, you get to rent as many games as you can, up to 3 games in a week. Your parents will let you rent. So you're like a rich kid in this game. Like I didn't get to rent 3 games in a weekend. So this is like fantasy magical land. I don't know.
You got to work for those 3 games though.
Yeah.
If you do rent them.
Old games cost $1. New games cost $2. Okay. And it's in turn order. So player 1 gets to rent up to 3 games. If they could have rented some already earlier in the week, but a max during the whole week, you can rent up to 3 and then play any games you have access to, whether you own them or you've rented them. You then can spend your buttons and read your magazines and your previous play experience with those games to help you beat them if you want to. And beating a game is counted as playing the game too. And then once everyone gets one chance to do the renting the games and playing all their games all weekend long, you then wrap back around and reset the board. You get your little meeples back for renting. You refresh the grid. You get 2 new games at the rental store. The magazines get fully refreshed. The store that sells games gets refreshed. And then back around to 3 times the action phase. Then you check if initiative is changing, play the weekend. You do this 5 times. And then once you're done, you go to scoring. Okay. And scoring, if you've played at least 6 video games or more, you'll get points for that. Okay. So beating a game counts as playing it, but you don't have to beat it to play it. And playing a game is cheap, and playing a game gives you experience and helps you beat games easier also, as I said with the magazines. The person who's played the most games gets 8 points. If you're tied for first, everyone who has the tied number gets 4 points each. If you have the most crystals on your notebook page, the notebook page, every time you play a game that's new or use a magazine, you take the crystal off and you get to put it on this little password sheet. Everyone remembers, come on, you remember in the 90s when there's no battery saves, the 80s, we had to like write down passcodes on those games that wouldn't put battery backups in the game. Until Zelda came out, was the first one to really do that. You would write down passwords. So all the crystals you put on here, at the end of the game, you'll get points if you've completed a row or column. During the game, you could get rewards based on completing rows or columns, okay? Based on these other symbols. Like you get some money, for example. You could draw some random button tokens from the bag, okay? But the game does come with 6 on the back, separate ones, just like some of these Euro games do. So if you're teaching everyone, you want everything to be the same, we're going to keep this the same for this playthrough. But there are 5 different unique ones, so you could pick one based on your play style, what you're trying to do that's unique to you. So there's unique ones, there's 5 or 6 of them in the game. So that's what that's for. So you put crystals on here, and that can also lead, the more crystals you have, if you have the most crystals, you get 8 points, ties 4. You get, for completed rows and columns, you get points on that password sheet. There's also achievements we'll set up in a second that you can race to get during the game and get points. You don't check these at the end, you just check what you have actually collected. And then you get points for all the video games you beat. And then if there's ties, you use this as tiebreaker, and then this as second tiebreaker, okay? So that's the overview of the game, but we'll look a little closer at the actions, I would say, okay? So action here, this action is spend 1 money token to buy a magazine, okay? This action here is to beg your parents, please, please, mother, may I get a video game for my birthday? But you can't get a video game if you've already begged too much, because you have to take 3 IOUs, and IOUs are just like button tiles. They actually block one of those like 8 spaces you're allowed to have, and you can't discard them. They're like, you've promised your parents you're gonna do chores and help around the house and do your homework. So you've taken these and they block how many buttons you can basically have, right? They clog you up. But it allows you to buy a game, and if you own a game and it's in your area, no one else can play it or beat it. You're one of those a-hole kids that hoards your games and doesn't have any friends come over or anything, so they're never allowed to play your games. But that was some of the fun of everyone renting different games, and you go over each other's houses and bring the games you rented or bought, you know, and then you get to play like so many games. But in this game becomes yours and yours only. You never have to play it. You could just buy a game to collect it, but obviously playing it, you'll see why you want to do that. And that's what this does. So it gets you a game from the store and you get 3 IOUs, but you can't do this action if you have 6 or more IOUs already, okay? So it's a costly action for sure. Then this one's 2 different actions and you just choose one of them. You can either do the wake up early, like I said, which is trying to get like earlier in the initiative order for the weekend. And it stays the same until someone else kind of does this action. The order will stay the same until people actually use it. And then this is the rental action, the same one you do on the weekend, where you can spend 1 money to rent an old game or 2 money to rent a new game. And you see the crystal on there. And you could do it up to 3 times as many meeples as you have, right? Your parents have limited you. You can only rent up to 3 games in a weekend. And with this action, you could in a single action rent up to 3 games right there. Or you could just rent what you have money for, or, you know, not rent at all, but you could rent again on the weekend rent, like let's say you rented 2 during the week, you could, if you have the money by the weekend, you could use your third meeple to rent another one, okay? And what renting is, I'll show you the renting. These meeples, the 3 you have, are literally to symbolize so that they don't technically leave the store, but they are leaving the store. But just to keep the table clean, if I'm renting this game, for example, for 2 money, because it has a crystal on it, I'm gonna put my meeple on this to show that this game is at my house for the weekend. No one else can play it. No one else can beat it while I have it. But you still can beat and play games other players have already beaten and played. But while I have this game rented for the week, and again, they reset at the end of the weekend, all the games go back to the rental store, so we get our meeples back. But that's what the rental action is. It happens during the game if you want to trigger it, but it also will always be available to you on the weekend. But if you really want to rent a game before someone else, you need to based on your strategy, you might want to rent during the week, okay?
Sorry, one other thing that, you do want to just explain this part? You only did the wake up.
Well, I said this before when I showed it, but this just means switch a tile from your area with a tile on the board here, and you got to keep the place the same.
Oh, I don't think you mentioned that.
I did when I first mentioned it, yeah. When I first showed it, like not now, but like 10, 15 minutes ago maybe. But it just lets you switch a tile from your place here and then try to snag the order. And this is the initiative track. So we determine turn order with these cubes. And everyone starts with 2 tiles randomly from the bag and a money. Plus, to help balance the game, the first player is going to take 2 IOUs because they get first action, right? They get to steal the first tile, right? So the second player, because they go first, will also get an IOU. But if you're like going last, for example, you get a money, or you get a free, if you're 4th player, you get a free button tile drawn for the bag. If you take the wake up early action, let's say it looks like this, we're playing 2-player, and I take the wake up early action, I will switch a tile if I want from the grid, but I also put my second blue cube here. Then at the end of the week, before the weekend, when we go to check the turn order, we'll knock this cube off, we'll slide everyone to the right, and then anyone on this track, like every player could go on here in a week and switch up the order if you want. And then you just kind of update it like that. But it doesn't always change unless players are really aggressively like going for that action. But yeah, it depends on who you're playing with, I guess. We'll do that in a sec. Okay. Then this tile. Okay, so we talked about begging from our parents for money. Well, guess who always is super generous, always bails you out. Your parents are always like, you know, they're trying to teach you things and like teach you the value of things and not give you things for free, and like, you know, they're trying to raise you right and teach you and turn you into a good person to be prepared for the world. Yeah, grandparents, they don't care about that. They're like on their way out, they're like, man, you're gonna have fun. Like kids should have fun. So you can always go to your grandparents' house, and this lets you get rid of an IOU. So for every owl symbol, you can clear an IOU from your play area back to the pool. And they'll also give you a money. So they bail you, they give you money to help pay your parents off without doing any work for it. You just have to go to their house. And they don't even care. They'll give you money, they'll help you erase debt. Yeah, this is like grandparents are screwing up kids all around the world, for sure. This tile has 2 actions on it, because again, we're playing 2-player. Normally, these actions would be separated, like be a bigger grid for more players. But this one, this is you actually staying home and doing your chores, helping your parents, studying your homework, help you get rid of 2 IOUs. So if you do it your parents' way, you can clear more IOUs faster, but they don't give you extra spending cash that you hide from your parents, you know? This one lets you draw 2 random tiles from the bag. That's all that means. So if you want to gamble and just try to get more tiles, you know, get more in a turn, they might not be ones you need. Maybe you can get them to work. Maybe you can use the wake up early action to switch them with the grid for ones you really want. But it's just a way to get extra tiles, okay? And then the last action we have, take a guess. This is you just begging for money, okay? You go down to the corner downtown, you meet a dealer, you get some drugs, and oh no, that's a different game. That's a different game. This one's just you begging your parents for money. You say, you'll work it off. I'll do some chores later. Can I please have some money? You can't do it if you already have 8 IOUs, obviously, because then it's just like the game's broken, because then you'll have too many and it'll take forever to get rid of them and all that stuff. But so this limits you. You can't do it if you have 8 IOUs, but this helps you get money. Okay. And we use money to rent games and buy magazines. Okay. We can't buy games. Our parents, Like, we don't have that kind of cash, right? Our parents do. We just have a little bit of cash to afford some magazines and rent games. We don't have that kind of cash flow, okay? They aren't paying that great for homework and chores around here. So, all right. So I think that covers most of it, except for discarded tiles go to the special trash tile. And if this doesn't give you Final Fight or Streets of Rage vibes, I don't know what does, but this is where you discard tiles on it. And the first time you play a game, so the first time you put, I should explain this too. Every time you play a game, you put your little token on here on the play side. And when you beat a game, you put it on this side. And that was the symbol to add up games you've beaten. So if I've beaten this game here, and I have this token on at the end of the game, I get these 7 points. And I'll explain the game cards in a sec too. I still have to do that. But if I play a game, I won't get these points. But when I go to play a game a second time, I can use this as a wild to count as any button token to beat it. Okay, just like magazines will help me with their symbols, will help me beat certain game types as a wild. Same idea. Okay, but I'll explain these game cards. I should have done that at the beginning too, is explain the cards. I'm doing a little weird order. But this is just where we discard tiles on. When the bag of tiles is empty, we refill what's discarded on here. But the first time you play a game and put your token on it, so the first time I play this game and I discard my tiles here, I can take one of these. They're called the thrill tiles. So it's like the first time you play a game, it's so exciting and you're pumped. So like now you want to play more games. So you get these other tiles to just help you, like your skills are getting better or whatever that theme is. I don't know, but these are another way you can try to grab tiles, and they'll keep always 4 options here and they'll keep refreshing. Those will always keep cycling. Okay. So this is our video game we started with, the weird purple cart. So it's probably not even official. It's like one of those knockoff ones, you know, like made by a publisher who wasn't fully authorized. But anyways, on a video game, there is the game category. This is platformer, okay? So of course the game that comes with the console is like some weird Sonic Mario hybrid platforming kind of thing here going on. This is the difficulty rating, which is related to how you're going to actually play and beat the game. The more difficult ones that are worth more points, that are harder to complete, will be of a higher difficulty. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So easy, medium, and hard, basically, okay? Down on the bottom here is how you play a game, is everything before the play button. So if I use 2 button tiles, that color doesn't matter, and I'll show you this in a sec, and they go in order, so like a 1, 2, or a 4, 5. If I just spend those tiles, I can now put my play button on here, and I've now played the game. I don't need to beat it, but if I want to beat it on a second play, I would now need to play 4 tiles in a row that are numerically in a row. The suit doesn't matter because they're just the white background, right? But I can use my play button. If you notice, it has the tag on here, just like tags on a magazine. And this is a wild one with a question mark. So I can use this as any tile. So I could like cover the C there, for example, and play a like 2, 3, use this as a 4 and a 5, and then I could beat it and flip this tile over, okay? So that's kind of how that works, but I'll show you the different ways, the different patterns that could be on the bottom of these cards. There's like so many options, there's so much color and things going on, but once you like understand what all the symbols mean and where to look for things, it's not as overwhelming. But I'll tell you, the first time I played this game and put it on the table, I was like, what the hell am I looking at? It's like so much color and symbols and things going on everywhere. So I'm trying to break it all down separately. But once you get playing, your eyes will just know where to look. You'll quickly be able to see what games you've played and beaten and what ones you have rented and all that. But it gave me a headache the first time, for real. Like by the end of the game, I had a headache. I was like trying to like look around and like decipher all the colors and crystals and stuff. There's a lot going on, a lot of color and a lot going on the table, right? But it makes sense once you know what you're doing. So here, I'll show you it's easier to just show you in the book. It's all together rather than start picking up video games and dropping crystals everywhere. Okay, let's see. All right here. So beating and playing games, right? Here's the combination. It's button mashing time, okay? It says. So there's the sequences. So a sequence is just numbers in order, right? That just have a white background and the green arrow. Then if they're just looking for the same color, it'll have the pink splatty background. That just wants anything of the same color. Doesn't matter the numbers. But then of course the harder games are going to want you to have colors that match and all in a numerical sequence. And again, the amount can be different. Some of them could want 5 tiles. Some could want only 2. Obviously, the 2 ones are going to be worth less points than one that wants 5 tiles, right? Then there's equality, where all of the numbers have to match and not the colors. And then there's combos, where like you need to have anything with the equals touching all have to be the same number. And you could have 2 pairs. But you could have 2 pairs that could be like, it says 2 A's and 2 X's. So you could have 2 2's and 2 5's, and that's fine. But you could also have like 2 3's and 2 3's still could count as 2 pairs, even if they're all the same number. That still counts, okay? And there's some examples there for you if you want to pause that and look at that. Or again, check out the PDF on the Arcane Wonders website under resources on the Video Game Champion page to help you understand. But it's all there. So like these 7s all in a row here match the A equals A equals A equals A, you know? Okay? So that's how that works. Pretty simple. Those are all the different ways, and the points will reflect the difficulty of it. So for example here, if I check out this variety themed game called Amazonia, okay, it's some animal game. It's probably like learning and stuff. Like, who wants to learn when you're playing video games? Get out of here. But anyways, not a great one. If your parents rented this one for you, like this is not the one you would rent personally, but it's there, okay? It's a 2 difficulty, 8 points because you need 4 tiles, all of the same color. But again, only 2 tiles to play it if you want. And you can beat a game on the first play. If you have enough tiles to just straight up beat it, you'll just beat it, no problem. You don't need to do the 2 steps, but you can if you want. And sometimes you might want to because you're racing for a certain achievement. There was an achievement we played with last night that was the first person to have 4 games played but not beaten can get like 8 or 9 extra points, okay? So I was trying to like play as many games as I could, but then it's more resources to then beat them later, and I wasn't able to beat all of them later. And while my daughter and my wife are beating all these games like crazy and getting mad points fast, I'm like taking this long way to get points, and like it was fun to try though. But yeah, it all depends on what the achievements are. Okay, so let's talk about the achievements. So there are these cool little decks, and I love this. Okay, I love that I can just look on the back of these little achievement decks. Okay, and for each one, it tells me how many I need on the player count. So simple, so genius, just helps you for setup. So we're playing 2-player, so I only need 1 card from this deck. And every time you play, they're random, right? So it's going to be different. And it will change the game. Just like any of these kind of point salad games, you could have these RPG type games. Nobody could want them at all. Maybe everyone wants them because of what achievements show up, right? Can totally change it. So these ones, you could have, I'll go through them now, might as well. This one is first person to have 3 magazines in their possession that have matching genres. You don't have to use them, you just have to have them. Okay, 10 points. Have 1 of each 6 genres magazines. First person to do that, 10 points. First one to have 7 IOUs in your possession. Okay, I don't know if you'll win the game after doing that, but 11 points. First person to have 5 crystals on their password notebook, 9 points. First person to have 3 gifts or presents, purchased games in their possession. Okay, gets 9 points. That's what that could be. So we're gonna just shuffle them up. And we're going to draw, Mel's going to draw 1, and this is going to change how the direction of our game. Oh, we've not had this one before.
No.
So this is going to be different. So we'll throw that up there. Now, out of these ones, there are 3 of these, and it tells you, no matter what player count you're playing, you just need 1. And what these are, there's that one I talked about. First one to play 4 games without beating them, 9 points. First one to have played 7 rented games, I'm assuming that's what that means. And this one is first one to play, not beat, just have played. So you have your play token out there on 6 different games, one of each different genre. Okay, first person to do that grabs 10 points. No one else can get it. Okay. Lucas, there you go. Hello, Rob and Mel, playing a Brazilian game. So cool. See, I told you we had Brazilian people in our community. I knew it. So this is going to go here.
But that one, if you beat a game, that still counts.
Yes.
For that one, right? Okay.
Beating games count as playing them. It's not like the other one that this one.
Specific.
Yeah, this one tells you like you have to have played that are not beaten. So a beaten token doesn't count for this, you know. But you could play 3, beat a 4th one, still not get this, but once you beat or play your 5th game, you would get it still.
We're getting some difficult objectives here.
That's fine. We don't have to go for them. They're just another option to get points, right?
I know.
And it's like you might go for them and then another player grabs it before you and then maybe you wasted your time, you know? Like, and now you can't get another one that you should have went for. So this one, for 2 to 5 players, you just need 1 card. These are just the first person to beat, there's that medal token, 4 games of difficulty 1, or 3 of difficulty 3, or 4 of difficulty 2. Okay, so it changes the value. You know, people might not care about 1 difficulty games because they're low victory points. But when you have this requirement here, everyone might all of a sudden care about beating the easy games, basically. All right, so we got the first person to beat, not just play, beat 4 medium difficulty games.
Excuse me.
That's you.
Thank you.
All right, then we have this one here. We're playing 2-player. We just need 2 cards. This is obviously related to the genres, so it's super obvious what these are going to be. First person to play 3 sports games, play or beat, because beating counts as played. Platform games. If you're the first person to beat 3 platform games, you can get these 8 points. Fighting games. Variety games. Shooter games. Or RPGs. Okay. So we're going to have 2 of these. And this will obviously change what is valuable and like, you know. So every time you play, just these alone change, I find, what games and things you're going for, what magazines you want, which is really cool. Zomnom says, stoked to have caught this live. I grabbed it at Gen Con and have been hunting for a playthrough. Thanks for the breakdown so far, making it all make sense. Yeah, hopefully it does.
Welcome.
Again, if anything I'm saying or I missed something, just check the PDF online, the rule book's there. And it might explain it a little better than I'm explaining it. But
I think too, as we start going through the mechanics of it, it does make it a lot easier.
Yeah, you'll see if you watch the playthrough, like we'll go through many rounds, many turns. We should hit almost everything, and the game should be very clear after that. So in our game, we care about variety games and or sports games. Again, you don't have to go for these. And if they're already taken, then you can't get them. Only 1 player can get these, and you have to get them before the game's over. Okay, we got 8 extra points on each of those. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's check the chat. Anyone saying anything? Questions? Anyone have any questions based on that so far? Anything not clear? I mean, we can show it as we play. 3 game rentals sounds like a lot of lawn mowing to me, says Chris.
Yeah, it tends to be.
Ultravioletta says, my brother and I used our allowance to upgrade to the newest system when it came out.
Aww.
I remember getting Mario Paint and Yoshi's Story on different birthdays. Oh, memories. Wow, this makes me feel like I had a terrible childhood, says C. Mitch, but must have been just different and absolutely amazing. Grandparents just feeding us candy and paying off our debt. Exactly. Oh, credit card expansion? Yeah, right. No, it'll be fun. You know, again, I'm not a game designer, but like okay, the art is awesome. Okay. For those that don't know, if you think this art is bad or it doesn't work on video games, you weren't there in the 80s and 90s. Okay. Example, hold on. The best example I can give you. Okay, hold on, right here. Okay, why did that happen? No. Sorry, one sec. Open image. No. I don't know why it's telling me. Oh, there it is. Open image in new tab. Okay. Okay. Ready? So this was a game I rented many weekends in a row for sure. Kept playing it over and over again. Had the passwords and all that stuff. This is Mega Man 2, okay? Way cooler than Mega Man 1. A little less cool than Mega Man 3, but the music was definitely better, okay? So Mega Man 2, this is the game you're playing. You're a little robot boy. You're going and fighting different robots against Dr. Robotnik, whatever. Nope, Dr. Robotnik was Sonic, I think. Dr. Wily, I think, is in this one. All blending together. Anyways. This is what Mega Man the game looked like, right? An 8-bit Nintendo on your little 11-inch CRT TV, okay? Okay? In like 240p, okay? Pixels resolution, okay? Here's the box cover, okay? Does this box art look anything like that game? This is what you'd see on the shelf of the box or in a magazine cover, okay? The magazine covers were like this too. Always... The artist put it together, try to make it look as cool as possible. And at the time, when you're younger, this is how your imagination would see this, okay? So when you're a kid, you're playing this game and like, yeah, the sounds are weird, like the graphics aren't the greatest now when you look back, but you knew if you just close your eyes and like you pictured Mega Man and like, this is what you would think. You're like this. Obviously, you don't have a gun. Like, that's why this one's a joke, because the guy's holding a gun, but Mega Man actually shoots out of his arm cannon. So obviously the artist had no idea what the video game was and probably just gave was given a script. So this is kind of funny. But see how it's like, you know, that 80s and 90s, like kind of like, it's not pixelated. It's not pixel art. It's not showing you what the actual game looks like. That's on the back of the box in the smallest little screenshots ever. But that's where... This, you know, is District Disorder, but you know the graphics of the game in 16-bit actually look more like this guy, you know, the fighting guy in the 16-bit with the chickens on the ground and the pizzas and whatever. So that's why these look like cheesy magazine cover, or they're actually box art cover, because the box and the cartridge art never was just a screenshot of the game. It was always made to look flashier and cooler like a magazine cover, to attract the child to want that game, right? So if you're wondering why, I saw somebody on BG complaining like, why aren't they using pixel art for all the games? It's like, obviously this person is playing current games now, use pixel art as like a nostalgic pull on mobile and on PC and you know, Switch and all that stuff. They'll use actual pixel art because it's a nostalgic thing and works.
Okay.
But back in the day, they don't want to show you that pixel art because it's like, it looks bad, right? They want to show you this. So everyone thought it like looked so cool, and this is what the game was trying to pull off with like just using small sprites with so many pixels, right? So it was a different time. Different marketing was used on us. So looking back, you might not remember that all your games had like these, you know, like Rad Racer, I guess, had like 8-bit on the cover, but you know, you guys all know a racing game that kind of had this flashy, wow, that car looks so cool, and it actually has, you know, curved lines on the art. But if you look at the game, it's literally like a rectangle block and the wheels are like kind of square and, you know, like they didn't have that technology. But yeah, it definitely gives that vibe of like magazine covers, box arts of that time. This is what they look like. So it definitely works for me. But if you're a newer, younger video gamer, you're like, what the hell is this all doing here? Maybe this doesn't hit you like it hits me. So yeah. But you can find many other examples of crazy box art that like doesn't match the video game at all. And it's like, yeah, it's just like this style, but doesn't match what you actually, when you pop the cartridge in, load up the game, you're like, what? Yeah, thank you.
No worries.
I was trying to cheat. All right.
No worries.
Are you ready to play after like 1 hour of explanation? Again, I'll explain that super good because I try to explain everything too, because there's no rules or playthrough or anything on YouTube I could find in like English. So hopefully those who got the game at Gen Con or pick it up soon, if it comes out soon, hopefully that made it easy to understand in video form. But again, we'll play through. We'll do a bunch of turns. All right, ready? Mm-hmm. Let's get our bags out of the way. Also, one clever thing I need to mention.
Can I just watch while you talk about this real quick?
Yeah, sorry. Sure. One clever thing they did to help you know when a round's over is there'll be a certain amount of tiles left. I think 3 tiles in a 2-player game will be left here. So that's how you kind of track rounds. And how you track turns. How you track the rounds in the game, you will know you're on the last round when the final 2 cartridges in the rental store are revealed, or the final 3 magazines at the store are revealed. So when this deck runs out, Also, when all the cartridges at the store that you can buy, when this deck is empty, after you refill, this will run out perfectly. Also, the gems in here that mark new release magazines and games, there's exactly the perfect amount here. So if you lose one, that kind of sucks, but this will run out exactly when the game is over, which is kind of clever and neat, I think. So you don't need to track turns, you don't need to track rounds, you'll just know, which is kind of cool. So an expansion might break that actually, unless you're swapping in, swapping out. But what I was going to say, an expansion or a different version of the game with like more of an 80s 8-bit focus would be cool. But yeah, definitely this still has that same vibe. It gives me the 80s and the 90s vibe, so it doesn't matter if it's based on 16-bit in the 90s versus 8-bit in the 80s. It was all the same to me. But yeah. Oh, the meeples? Yeah. Here's my meeples, Ultravioletta. They have little pixelated art. So there's Mel's character, the little... So this is her character on the screen in the 16-bit Sega Genesis version. And there is, hold on, maybe I can find it. Here is her video game cover, okay? So she looks so cool. Mom, look how cool she looks. And then when you boot up the game, this is what she looks like in 16-bit, right? It's like, yeah, you can kind of see it. 16-bit was a little more forgiving than 8-bit, but yeah. These candy canes definitely look cooler. She is from the game Dynamite Sweetie, okay? If you want to rent this at your local store, that's the game you're looking for. And then, can you grab the other ones? I want to show the other meeples if you can. Oh, I'll shuffle this back in. Yeah, I guess I can unmute you. I guess. Square wheels have never been so realistic, and they never will be again. Yep. Yeah, this guy I liked the best. I just didn't know if he'd show up on video as good because it's just like black, but yeah, he probably would have actually. So there's some kind of shark dude with like an aquarium. This gives me Earthworm Jim vibes. I don't know why. And then this little dude, this is like the Mega Man kind of vibe. He's got a little slingshot and little visor. And then we got this little cat from this one, from the game Meow. So yeah, this one my daughter chose to play with. But yeah, I like these little cool characters.
Did you put yours on screen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know which one this guy's from.
He looks like an RPG type.
I feel like we saw him on a cover, but I just don't remember. Oh, look, you can also play, just like, you got Mario Kart, Mario Brothers and Mario Kart, you got Meow Racing. Oh, here's the shark dude. He's from Earthnauts. I love these covers. Oh, here he is. This is my dude. He's from an RPG game called Mirror Worlds.
Makes sense.
Man, these covers, like, oh yeah, they called it out. Okay, yeah, the publisher got it. I caught it before they said it. That's funny. Yeah, I just stare at these when we're playing, and like just after we're done cleaning up, I just sit here and like look through them. I think they're great. Arid Outbreak.
That one looks cool.
Lodestar. Alexo Soccer. I'm kind of giving away what's coming out in the store, so I'm kind of spoiling what's hidden here because you're not really allowed to look through. But we're just showing off the game. I don't really care who wins or anything.
I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah, you're not allowed to look. You're not allowed to look through discard piles or like obviously decks coming up because there's 30 games cartridges in the game, and you get 15 every time. You cut the deck in half after you shuffle, and you put 15 in the rental store, and you have no idea these ones coming. You just reveal the first 7 or 8 in a 5-player game, I think it is. And then the rest you put off to the side in the purchasing store. So every time you play, like certain games will be for rent or sale, and they'll come out at different times and have different crystals on them that you're looking for. So yeah, anyways. All right, it's all good. I won't remember anything I saw there.
Wasn't even really looking.
I don't know the types of games well enough or the difficulties or the point values or anything. But all right, where's my dude? Okay, let's do this. Let's find out who's going first. You can do the shake up the little cubes and just drop them out. What do you got? Oh, I'm first.
Rob
Yay! First. So I'll get 2 I'll use to start, and you'll get 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we put down here. Okay. So those are taking up 2 slots. So when I have to check if every round, if I have 8, or every turn, if I have 8 or more tiles, these count. Okay.
Okay, and then we're both going to start with 2 buttons.
Oh, yeah, and $1.
And $1.
I'll just grab 2 out of the bag. Boom. I got a 3 and a 2. 3 blue. These suits, like, I also love these little pixelated, like, items. So, like, the green suit is batteries, like little batteries, and then the blue suit is like these little potions. I think they have names, but I can't remember. Only I can figure that out. But yeah, if you really like the theme stuff, it just shows like they care. Like when they, they actually give you names of the genres, like you can think of them as whatever you want. They don't really matter that much, but it's just there. Like they actually like went ahead and put them in there. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm just gushing over this. Like the theme has like got me. Yeah, maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. I don't remember. I thought they had names. I don't know where I saw that though. Maybe I didn't see it. And it was all in my head. But I feel like the suits on the buttons have names. I just don't know where they are.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember if it had. Like, is it literally chicken, potion, sword and shield? I don't know. But anyways. All right. Let's carry on. I'm going first.
Yep.
So I'm looking down. I have a 3 and a 2. I start looking across video games.
Oh, here's your money. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
Give me my money. All right. I'm going to look at these. I'm going to start like... I like to look at these because it's fun racing for these. I love these in like Terraforming Mars and stuff. Where you're trying to race to get achievements, because it's just like free points and it kind of gives you direction. So what I'm looking at here is like, if I want to focus, sports and variety are like the way. But I could just go and try to get 10 points by playing random different stuff. I also could focus on just beating games that have 2, and those would count towards some of the different things. But if I want to beat harder games, magazines would help. But then I have to get magazines of everything. But if I'm getting magazines of everything, that could help me beat one of everything quicker. Maybe not. Easier. Yeah. So that's where I'm kind of looking. So then I'm going to look over here and be like, all right, this green here, that's going to take 4 of each color, but it's 8 points. It's 2 difficulty, so if I can beat that, but I look down, I only have a green and a blue. That's not going to help me there. I look here, there is no green and blue in the freaking thing. So that's not going to help. So then I look at maybe at these 2 variety games, because if I can maybe play 3 variety games, again, I need matching colors. That's not going to work for me. This one is 15 points. Because it's a hard difficulty, 15 points. Suricates? I don't know how to say that. But anyways, a bunch of dogs or something there. But this one, I need to have all of the same number. The color doesn't need to match, just the same number. But if I just want to play it, I just need 2 of the same number. Can I do that? So can I get a 2 or... Oh, I can get a 2. I can get a 2 and try to go for that one in my mind, like... But then the magazines, can they help me on that one? There's one here with a variety, if I can get that magazine. And then you also want to think like, oh, this has a clear crystal on it. Could that clear crystal help me here in what I'm trying to do or get me more points for the end of the game to complete a row or a column? So there's like so much to think about in this game that like analysis paralysis, like it's here. Like you can fully fall into that for sure. All right. So to just speed it up, I'm going to just grab something. So I'm going to look at, there's a 2 here and a 2 here. I start then also, it's not just about what video game, what magazine. It's like not what color and what number and what things are here. You also have to think about what action you're trying to do. So it's like, there is multiple things you need to think about with every tile you grab, not to mention the other players around the table that you might try to yoink something they're looking for or try to steal the last tile so they can't take an action they want to grab. But I think I'm just going to take this 2, and because I took it from this row and column, I will do this action here to take an IOU and get 2 cash. Okay, and once I take the tile and do the action, then I check my little area here, and if I have 8 or more of these tiles, I have to discard down. And again, I can't discard IOUs, so I would have to get rid of buttons. Then I go to, after I check that I have 8 or less, I then can play anything I have access to, which right now I have no games rented. I haven't bought any games, so I literally only have my own game I start with, which I could play right now. But it's of the platformer variety, which maybe helps me here if I want to get that played. but nobody can play this before me or rent this before me. So this is kind of always there. So I'm kind of in no rush unless I'm trying to rush to grab one of these. And right now, oh, it is a 2 difficulty though. If I can beat it. Okay, you know what? Let's do it. I'll do it. Just a show. Yeah, this works. I'll just do it. So this will help see, I think. So I have an option to play this. I will just use a 2 and a 3. Okay. Because the colors don't have to match, but it is in order. And if I just do the first 2 before the play button. Minion, thank you so much for being a member for 17 months.
Thank you.
You need cash, Rob. Fine. Here's your allowance. Go get yourself a nice new game. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Minion.
Thank you for the support. Oh my. Love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
I think only chicken is in the rule book, but it's a chicken, a heart, energy potion, and weapon. Oh, okay. Okay. I wasn't sure if like I read that or saw that. I thought, but maybe it was only the video games I saw. And I thought that. Okay, so I'm going to spend these 2 tiles to play this game. So I'm putting this token on here to show that I played it. I discard my tiles. Whoops. I discard my tiles on this trash tile here. And when I do that, when I put my token on here for the first time, not when I do the second one, the first time, I can take one of these. I'm going to take the 3 here. And if Mel can refill that. And now I've officially played one game. I don't get the points in the game because I haven't beaten it, but I've now officially played one platformer of difficulty 2. And again, when I go to beat it, I can use this as a wild, so I only need to spend 3 tiles to get it. Might be not the best play, but I'm going to go for it just to show and get another tile and all that. See what happens. All right, on to Mel's turn. So she's going to pick a tile.
I'm going to pick this red 5.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to trigger this one to buy a magazine.
Oh, no.
So I'm going to spend $1, and I'd like to buy the middle magazine, please.
I knew you would after I pointed it out. All right. Okay. Oh, Mel might be going for the magazine strat. So should I race her or just like let her have it? I don't know. I'm already behind. What should I do?
I wish I could buy more than one magazine.
Okay. Let me take. Let's go. Now, I think you just have to have all genres completed on the magazines. So you could technically do that with only 3 magazines, right?
Yeah, you just have to have the right combos.
It's just like hard to find. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was. I was thinking you needed 6 different magazines. I was thinking, now maybe I do care. Oh, man.
It's a race to the magazine.
Well, let's do it. Okay, I'm going to take this one. And I'll spend 1. And I'm going to buy this magazine. Yeah. And then I'm good with tiles. Playing. What do I have here? I'm good. Your turn.
I'm going to take this 7. And I will take an IOU, please, and $2.
I will take.
So this is Rob's last tile.
Yep. I'm going to take this one. And I'm going to use the, I'm going to do my homework and do some chores and stuff. Get rid of 2 IOUs. And I'm good.
Okay. I'm going to take this tile here. And I'm actually going to rent games before, because Rob is before me. On the weekend, he will get to the video store before me.
What are you going to rent?
So I'm going to go early. I'm going to spend 1.
Do what you did as a kid, says the publisher. It's a really good strategy.
And I'm going to rent this game here. That looks fun. The animals.
That's funny.
And then I'm going to spend 1. And I'm going to rent this game as well. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. And I could play them right now, but I'll wait till the weekend.
You can also play on the weekend, yep. All right. So now no one woke up early, so we don't need to do that. Now I go to the weekend. I'm first. I have $2 to my name. Is there anything I might rent to beat, or I can rent to block you? But you already, I think, grab the ones you want. So
I have no more money for the weekend, so.
Let's go with. I'm gonna rent an older game. Turbo Thrills sounds fun to play. I'll rent that for one, and then. Yeah, I'll spend one. I'm gonna rent Galaxy Struggle. I don't know. Cover looks cool, but I bet it's kind of a crappy game. It's gonna be one of those bad games. Always like 2 levels, you know, and like bugs out or like it's too hard. You can't even beat it because they didn't design the platforms properly. Or it's a shooter, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be too hard, man. Too many bullets spraying on the screen. You know?
Yes, you could play before you rent the second one if you want.
Yeah, true.
To get more information about like your tiles.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. You can play and like rent in whatever order you want, up to however much money you have and rental tokens you have. We're just like doing it the way we were doing it before, but like sometimes I do that to like combo off, like because I could grab a tile from here, which could help play the next one, right? Or my password could place something here on the password sheet that could fire off and get me some tiles that now help me rent and play something else. So yeah, maybe I hold back on this one. Actually, I'll do this one here instead, and I'll take the $1 back. I'll try to do that. I'll show. I don't think it make a difference, but we'll see. Maybe it does. So I need 2 that match. No, maybe I do this. Nope. Can't get red. I could get a 2. No. Yeah, I'm looking here at what's here and like, does it help me? Maybe, maybe not. But then it will switch one out, but then I probably will be out of time. So anyways, let's just do these 2 that match. So I can only beat this one. There's no way to play it and beat it when they only have 2. Like they're super easy, which makes sense, right? So I'll put my beat this shooter on here. So I'll get the 2 victory points at the end of the game. I've now beat a 1 difficulty, which doesn't matter for here, but it is a fighting game, which matters for here. And I get to pick a tile from here. Let's go. I'll take that yellow 5, actually.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the right play. And then Mel's going to replace it. Green 1. Okay. And then I will spend the other one to rent this one. And I'll just do 2 of the same color to just play it. Doesn't matter the number. And then I get a tile from there. I'll take the... That's the yellow 2. Chicken. All right. And then, oh, I forgot I have this.
Not for... Oh, yeah.
Oh, crap.
Not for the games you played. Oh, the soccer one.
Yeah, I definitely could have used it on this one. Oh,
What'd you play? You played
I could have done it and then grabbed the 2. Oh, I messed up. I messed up. I forgot I had this. I forgot I had the magazine. I could have beat this one completely. But then I wouldn't know. I don't know what I spent. Yeah, I still could use this later. But yeah, I definitely messed up. Oh, I could do it right now. I could do it still.
Oh, yeah. Because you can keep playing.
Yeah, but it's like, obviously, I could have done it more efficient and not have to do it in 2 actions. So this one, I could use this while. This is a perfect example of using all these wilds and magazine and stuff. So if I flip this, I'll count it as a yellow tile. I have these 2 to count as yellow tiles. And then I'll use this because it can be used against sports to beat sports games. This is not the most efficient way to do it, but I'm doing it.
I mean, sometimes you have to, though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And I'll get this red crystal, and I'll put this red crystal here, I guess. And then this flips over. I beat it. I don't get a tile from here because I already placed my token on it previously when I played it. So you don't always get a a tile from here when you put tiles here. Only when it's like the first time you're putting your token on a game and playing it for the first time. I'm pretty sure. All right. And I think I'm good. I'll check up here. Like, I don't think I played enough stuff. I played a platform like these I haven't played enough of. I've only beaten one tier 2 game. I haven't played enough games even to hit that. And magazines only have one. So, like, you're always checking those every time you're playing something because you'll yoink it right away. So, yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. But not exactly what I wanted to do. But I could have been more efficient, I'm sure. But maybe not. I don't know.
Alrighty, now comes my turn to play my games this weekend. I am going to play this game here, which needs 2 of the same number, doesn't matter the color, so I'm going to play 2 5s, and I'm just going to play this game. It's a hard one, so it might take some time. I'll put that there. That I played it. And then I get to choose a thrill, and I'm going to take this purple 4. And we're going to draw green 6. And then I'm going to play my second game. But I'm going to go straight to beating this game.
No way,
so
man.
I have 3 of the same color. Plus I have a crystal on my magazine that matches the world symbol. So I'll spend all these.
Mom, Mel beat my video game before I got to play it.
That on there that I beat that game. Let's put this, I think I'll go for some points on here. So let's put that there. And then I get to choose one of these. Let's take, I don't know. Let's take this 6 because maybe it can make some sort of combo. And that's used, okay? And then I refill this. Red 8.
That was a wild first weekend of game playing. It's wild. All right.
You beat 2 games. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but one was super easy. And one I kind of cheated with a code from the magazine.
I mean, I did too.
Yeah, that's true. Filthy cheaters. Okay, so now we finished renting and playing games on the weekend. So now we cycle back around to resetting the board for the first time here. So first step is get back all your meeples. Return all your games to the rental store, basically.
Okay.
Okay. Then we're going to discard everything in the grid and refill it. And if the bag ever runs out of tiles, you'll grab whatever's on the discard tile there and refill it. So you just lay those all out nice and pretty. Then, next thing, we'll reveal the next 2 games in the rental store. So they just got 2 brand new hot releases. Princess Weasel and the Undefeated Master.
Oh.
Oh, it's a fighting game. This is that Street Fighter game I heard about.
It's all the talk at the play school or at the gym. What at the preschool?
At the playground, you mean?
Yeah, I couldn't think of the word.
Okay. Obviously,
Okay.
Mel wasn't doing this kind of stuff in those times. She's trying to fake the theme, right? She slipped. So these magazines and crystals here, they're gone. Because, you know, magazines, they only stay on the rack for so long. They have an expiry time. Then the new magazines come in. And then they're hot new magazines. So we got to put crystals on them also. Oh, I didn't just realize they have like 2, they cover 2 different games, which makes sense for the 16-bit magazine. Ooh, are you going to be the MVP? Monumental Primeval. Okay, so this can help. Then we will put new crystals on those to show that they're hot new magazines. Then here, these are gone. So these games, I guess other people bought them or whatever. So they're just gone. Throw that out of the way. Then we get 3 new games in the store for purchase if you can beg your parents to buy you them for your birthday. Oh, that one's cool. That gives me Bounty Huntress, kind of like some ActRaiser vibes there, for anyone who knows. Okay. Put some crystals on because they're the new hotness. And that's a reset. That's it. Now we go back to doing 3 turns. We check here. No one changed. So I'm first player. What do I want to grab? I look at the new stuff that's come out, all new things, kind of strategize a little bit. Okay. I will go. I'm gonna grab the 7. I'm gonna do this IOU and 2 money, please.
I don't yet know what I'm doing.
Oh, or Metroid. Yes, Metroid. Yeah, good call. Good call on the Metroid. Yeah. Good catch. A little Samus Aran there on the in the art a bit.
I'm gonna take this blue 6, and I'm going to also take an IOU and 2 money. So I'm going up to 3 IOUs, if you will. Better. Oh no, sorry, just one. I have 3 total. Sorry.
Okay. I'll take this 8, and I will take 2 random buttons, please.
2 random buttons.
So I draw 2 random buttons from the bag. Yeah, it's hard for me to talk about I gave a bit of my strategy at the beginning, like what goes through your mind to drive you. But obviously, as every round new things show up, players rent games that you wanted or buy games from here or take magazines before you. There's a lot of like trying to watch what the other players are doing and try to like maybe figure out which achievements they're going for, if any, or what their strategy might be based on the tiles they're saving up. Like I look at Mel, she's got a 7, a 6, a 6, all different colors. Like I start looking at the games here, like what is she going for? Like maybe she's just trying to play her own game. I don't know. Maybe she's trying to buy one of these and complete it without me knowing. Like, so it's kind of fun. Like what should I yoink from here next to help me, or should I hurt her? Right? Like that's how you can play these games if you want, for sure. But obviously I don't want to say out loud like, oh, I really want to play Princess Weasel. Can't wait to play that. Literally next action, Mel will take this tile, spend 1 money and rent it. And now I can't touch it for the rest of the week. So yeah. Yes, it's a point salad game for sure. Yeah. So it's like trying to figure out what ingredients the player wants in their salad while they're playing is part of the strategy that comes after playing the game multiple times. You'll start understanding. And I could see after playing it a whole bunch of times too, you'll start like taking art and the type of game and knowing which ones are like the 15 pointers, and you'll probably see people like aggressively start collecting for those, and you might even start to remember like, oh, I know this one, if we see that one I should save up for it, because eventually they all show up. They just might show up for purchase or rental and you have no idea. But you could try to save up the tiles for those big plays, but somebody can just snipe them out from under you. So it's really just trying to like, I just try to keep points generating as much as I can and have some fun trying to race to those, right?
Yeah.
That's what drives me usually, but I'm sure you can play different ways, different strategies, but players can disrupt you, whether they mean to or not. So you gotta kind of pivot sometimes.
Okay, I'm going to take this 2, and I'm gonna buy a magazine.
So I forgot about the magazines. Oh no, Mel's doing the magazine thing.
I'm gonna take the top magazine with the red, the red and the green.
Oh no, I forgot about the magazine. I'm too many things, man. Too many options. It's hard to do them all.
All right, so I can still use that magazine.
So Mel has 4 of the types already.
I do.
Can one of these win you you need a yellow?
I need and a pink.
Oh no!
This
one can get it for you. I need to snipe that for sure.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that one. Oh, that one can win it for me. I didn't even realize. I was thinking other steps ahead.
That's 10 points.
That is 10 points. Plus, it gives me bonuses like when I'm trying to play my games.
Oh no.
So.
Or what I could do, just to stop Mel from even taking that action, I don't even need to do the action to buy the magazine. All I have to do is take this tile from the top row, and now there's no tiles left. She can't even do the action.
And the magazine will be lost forever, and I have to hope that combo comes up again.
So what I'm going to do is just do that to troll, and I'll do one of these. If I take 2 tiles, I'll have an extra that I'll have to get rid of. But it could help me dig to find better tiles. But I'll just get rid of 2 IOUs. Let's do that. Let's do some homework and chores and clean up my little area. Then playing. Could I don't have what I need here for this, but that can be later. I actually have to look. Like I just yank that number, not even needing, but it might work for something.
It might.
All right, I won't play. I'll just let you go. and I'll think while you're going.
Well.
Oh, I've already taken my last tile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, crap. That might have been really bad for me, actually. Let me see. Yeah, you do yours, but...
Okay, I'm just going to take this 5. 2, 4, 6, 8. But I'm going to trigger this action to gain $1 and return an IOU.
So now we're going to the weekend?
Yep.
All right, rental time. I only have $2.
You're awake first.
So new games are not for me unless I want to put it all into one. Nope. Let me think. Yeah, definitely a bad set of numbers here for sure. But... Oh yeah, when I first play one, I'll get a tile from over there. So maybe that's how I do it. Let me look at those tiles. I need to count those into... All right, I don't know if this is the best way, but I'm going to pay to rent this fighting game. Is that the best way, or I do this one? I only have 2 colors, so I can only play. I won't be able to get enough colors. Yeah, I'll just do this one. It might not be the best, but I'm going to do it. I'll just get rid of these 2 7s to beat it. So I'll take from there, let's take the 8 red, I think is the play. Okay, then I'll spend 1 and I'll just rent this old game and then I'll play it by 2 matching colors and I'll take I'll just take the green one. Your turn. So I played a fighting, a variety, sports, a fighter, and a platformer. I just have not played an RPG. I should not be saying that out loud, but maybe we can get there. They were just all brand. The RPGs are pricey. Those are expensive to rent. They're all new. But maybe Mel will play one, and then that makes it not new anymore. Once somebody's fondled the game, it's not as expensive as it used to be.
Okay, I'm going to rent a new game. I'm going to spend 2, and I'm going to rent this game. That looks fun.
Matthew's asking, do the 2 old rentals keep their crystals, or should they be removed now that there are new rentals available? Anyone answer? I feel like...
No, they're still new because nobody's...
I think they're new till they're played, not just till the round's over. I'm pretty sure, but you might be right. Like, that would make sense to me, what you just said. But now I'm not sure that you said that.
No, the game keeps the crystals until they're played. Playing the new game grants you the novelty of the crystals.
Perfect, yeah. So
that's how we've been playing.
Think of the game as brand new until somebody like takes it home for the first time and then, puts password or their save files on it and stuff like that. Until it's been played once and put into a system, it's still brand new. Think of it that way.
All right, so I've rented this game here. I spent 2. I'm going to play this game, and I'm going to spend 2 6s. They don't have to be the same color for the A's. And then the X, I will use this 2, and I will use my magazine.
To help you with the fighting game?
Help me with the fighting game for these.
You just read the fatality code to beat the final boss and rip his head off?
I fully beat this game.
Fatality.
I
Wow.
This black crystal.
That's a 2 difficulty you just beat.
I know.
Whoa.
That's going to go there.
Cheater. Cheated with the magazine.
I did.
Cheated.
I did. Then I'm going to take one of these, and I'm going to take the 6. 2, 4, okay.
She's one of those kids that gets parents got the subscription to the magazine. She gets all the maps and the codes and how to beat the game. then goes on the playground bragging she beat the game and then acts like she found all the secrets herself.
I also get this crystal here.
Yeah, you're definitely one of those kids.
Which I'll take.
Yeah.
And put that there. Okay.
Marav, hello.
Hello. Oh, goodbye.
Goodbye. Message deleted.
And that's all the money I have for rentals. So I just got to play one expensive game.
Yes, Greg, you caught that, eh? All right. Okay. So now resetting.
Yep. So I'm gonna. Oh,
Meeples first.
My meeple.
Games get returned to the store. Then you'll discard all from the grid, refill the grid. I'll reveal the next 2 games coming into the rental store. Oh, it's Primeval. You have a magazine with stuff about that in there, but
I've already used it.
Yeah, you've already read the magazine. It's all been used, I guess.
FYI, the bag is empty, so I'm just gonna add all of our discarded.
Oh, I've not really looked at this one before. Space Disco.
Oh, is that like a Just Dance type game?
I don't know. It's a variety game. Looks a little strange. 9 points, difficulty 3.
Just really want to mix all these up
Okay,
here.
this magazine's gone. Let's get 3 new magazines. These are the editions of 16-bit. Oh yeah, I have a little bucket here. I should probably.
Oh, my needed magazine is not on the rack.
Oh, you're gonna have to buy extra magazines to get what you want. It's not as easy.
There's not even a pink one. Oh man.
Okay. And then these are gone. Dynamite Sweetie, Earthnauts, and Lodestar. Okay. I don't know. C. Mitch says super chat there.
Oh,
I don't know if
didn't
it
pop
popped.
yet. No.
But thank you, C. Mitch says Mel. 500 pennies for your thoughts. No need to stay so quiet. She'll give you her thoughts at the end of the game for sure. She's trying to win, right? I give out information to help teach, and it always leads to my downfall in these games.
No, I'm not listening
But I
to
want
you.
to
I
help
have my
people
own.
understand like what you're thinking about to help you understand the kind of decision space that happens in these games. I don't care who wins or loses, to be honest. As long as it's like a helpful tool on the internet and people had a few laughs, it's all good. But yeah, Mel could talk out loud, but as soon as she says she's trying to complete the magazine thing, you know, I'm gonna yoink a magazine, right? Once I actually stopped to look at it, I was like, oh wait, I see what she's doing. But yeah. Yeah. I still want to win, don't get me wrong. But thank you for the super chat.
Thank you so much. But I am going to win. I will explain. Once I've done my strategy, I will explain.
But I also have to make sure I'm teaching the game and making it understandable as we play. And it's hard to just stay quiet the whole time. That's not the most entertaining stream either. But
I'm trying to say what I'm doing, but not my strategy of why I'm doing it.
But if you guys have any questions about what we're doing, let me know. But maybe we won't give why we're doing it till the end, you know, which is part of the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk at the end our why we're doing whatever we're doing, you know. Okay.
Yeah, they're trying to read my mind exactly. Why am I doing what I'm doing? What is in my brain?
Yeah. I'm trying to read Mel's mind still. Yeah.
But I'm trying to not be obvious about things so that he doesn't know what I'm doing.
I'm just having fun. I don't care what my points are. I love this. I love playing this.
I saw you yoink so I couldn't get my magazine.
That was because when we pointed it out, I was like, oh, I can't let you just have 10 points.
See, and then
I normally would have not cared because I would just be so worried about keeping track of what I'm trying to do.
My last magazine is on the rack.
All right. Are we into a new round here?
Yeah, and he took it.
All right. So I'm grabbing a tile is what's happening?
Yeah. I need to make myself go first, maybe. Then I can talk about my strategy. See, Rich, thank you, though.
Okay. We are going to take this 8, and I'm going to beg my parents, please, for Christmas, I would love a video game. I will do chores. I will do my homework. I'll even not swear back at you, and you know.
I won't swear back at you.
I won't swear at you when we fight. I promise.
Watch all the little kids.
I'll watch my language. Yeah, I'll babysit extra hours and not swear. Just so I can get Lodestar, one of my favorite RPG games Thanks, Mom. Boom. So I own it. It's not been played yet, though. So the crystal stays on it, but there you go.
Good?
Yep. So I now officially own 2 games.
Okay, I'm going to take this 5. No, not that one. That's not what I'm doing. I'm taking this 8. Yes, I'm taking this 8. I'm going to take $1 and return an IOU. I am going to play the game I own, which needs a 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm going to fully beat the game.
The number in the tiles is to make the combinations that every game needs to be beaten.
Okay. So I put this here because I beat it. I'm going to take a token. I don't really have anything going on, but let's maybe take... let's take this blue 8. Okay, and then...
Refill?
Yep. I have beaten this 2 game, this 2 game, and this 2 game. Oh, I need 4.
Hey, you have to beat 4 games of difficulty 2.
I just gave away what I was doing. See?
1, 2, 3,
I need 4, not 3. I thought I had it.
4 comes after 3, Mel? It's like it's 1 bigger than 3.
Yep. Oopsies. Well,
let's see.
I'm almost there.
But I maybe can't even catch you. I've beaten 1 that's difficulty 2, but that's it.
Okay. So
I technically played, but that's not what I'm going for, but I don't think I can really catch you. Maybe I can.
Okay.
But yeah, now that I know.
Well, I gave away part of my strategy.
Now that I know.
I thought I had it there. I wasn't miscounted.
All right.
Throw me off, Mitch.
So I'm taking this 4. And with this 4, I'll just, let's get rid of 2 IOUs.
Mm-hmm. I will take this 6. And I will take an IOU for 2 money. Thank you.
I'll take this 7, and I'll do the same. Okay,
right.
Here go.
Last one. I think I will take this 7, and I don't need to switch a tile. I will rent a game before the weekend. I'm going to spend 2, and I'm going to rent this game. That looks fun. Do I want to rent another one? No, I won't.
Oh, no, that's the 2 difficulty?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And then, nope, that's all I think I want to rent because I won't have any other tiles. So might as well save my money. Okay.
All right, so no waking up early. Yeah. So now we go to the weekend. I'm first and renting and playing. Let's go. Let's go. Actually, before I rent, I think I can play whatever I have access to still, right? I'm going to, this will just help me. If I toss these 2 8s, I will have played this Lodestar game I own.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put this green crystal here to help me get rid of an IOU. And then I'll take, let's see what we got here. Can we do something crazy? Yeah, I'll take that blue 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I gonna do it. Yeah, I messed up. Okay, let's do. Oh yeah, now I've played an RPG, a platformer, a fighting, a variety, a sports, and a shooter. So I get that 10-point achievement there, I believe. Pretty sure I've played one of every type of game now. Let's put that somewhere there. And can I beat anything? No. Oh, this one. Nope, I don't have the colors. I don't have the magazine. Yeah, I'll just play. Yeah, sorry, I had something, and then it's like, I don't have the colors. I have the numbers. Yeah, let's just play this rent this old one here. And then I'm going to just play it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take, let's go with, very annoying. Yeah, let's go with the red 4. And then I'll rent this one, the Undefeated Master, and then I'll just use 2 4s to play it. And take, let's just go with this purple 3. And your turn.
Okay. I'm just going to play the game I have rented. 6, 7. Oh, they have to be the same
colors
color.
have to match.
Oh my god.
So I didn't know what. I thought you had a magazine or something.
Oh no, I'm a ding dong.
Do you want to switch which one you rented? I'll allow it, because you couldn't have blocked.
No.
Yeah, or you could have blocked me, but maybe you were just trying to block me from beating that one.
No, I thought I had. I didn't even realize that it was the colors. Oopsies. I probably shouldn't have rented that one then.
Yeah, because in this game, you can totally rent games just to block other players, even if you don't have what you need. So that's what I thought you were trying to do to me, was stop me from using my 2 money to rent a 2 to beat it.
No, my brain thought something else was happening.
But it still was good. It stopped me. I would have done that. I would have definitely gone there, and just to play it to block you on beating another 2. So that's why I thought you were just trying to stop me from doing that. But
no, I just wasted my money.
Yeah, it happens. So you can take it back, like I said, but that's up to you.
No, because then that might change what you did and stuff.
No,
so.
I won't let you take the ones I took.
No.
But you can go somewhere else that's even new. I don't care. But
I probably should just not have rented it at all. But then no, it's fine. It's fine. I messed up. It's fine.
Alrighty. Is that the end of the round?
Yep.
So Meeple's back. Return your games. Reset the grid. I'll reveal the next 2 games at the rental store. It is Popstar, aka what's that, Gem?
Yep.
And Dungeon Shredders. Cool looking fighting game. Kind of a fantasy theme to it. I play that. Got 3 new magazines. Oh, a magazine for Pop Stars. Oh man, be a good one. Our next games are Fairy Tales, Mirror Worlds, and Buccaneer Deer. Are available to purchase if you convince your parents to purchase them for you as a gift. Yeah, Dungeon Shredders does look cool. I want to play these games now.
No, ultraviolet. I don't have to play the game if I don't have the combinations. I could just block, but I just did that by accident. I thought I had it.
Yeah, like it's definitely a strategy in the game is to just rent things before other people to have them out so they can't grab things before you or to stop them from winning or whatever. Yeah, just because you rent it doesn't mean you have to play it. Mm-hmm. Definitely is the thing. It even says in the rule book, like that's the strategy you might want to do. Okay. Mel's family decided to go on a weekend trip after she rented the game. That's happened.
Yeah, oopsies.
That's happened. That's a thing.
Yep. Mistakes were made. You were first.
Or she got in trouble in the game. Yeah. Her Nintendo was taken away from her. She got home with the game and then they found out like she lied about doing chores. She didn't really do them. They're like, you're not playing that game all weekend.
My dad put the game above the fridge.
Yep. Sorry, no weekend gaming for you.
Oh man.
Okay. What are we trying to do here? Let's take a gander. What have we played? What have we beaten? What are we looking at here?
Yeah, Kirsten got grounded, exactly. That's why I don't curse anymore.
I'm gonna go for this purple 6, and I will just go to Grandma's house, and she'll help me pay off my parents, and give me money. Go ahead.
Well, I will take this 2, and I will take an IOU and 2 money.
I will... I'll take this 2, and I will take an IOU and 2 money, please.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'm going to take this 3. I'm going to take the action to rent. This time I'm going to rent correctly. I'm going to spend 2. I'm going to rent this one. This looks exciting.
I was going to rent that one, you piece of crap. I was literally going to do it on the next action. You can't change it now.
No. It's the only one I can do.
Yeah, I was seriously going to go for that one. I hate you.
No, I
was even going to beat it too. Look, I was already.
I know.
But
so I spent my 3.
I should have I didn't have enough money to rent it last action.
I didn't either because I had to,
As soon as I saw it, I was like, I'm going for this one. But I didn't have the cash. I should have saved cash from last round. So like spending all your money on the weekends, not always good. Sometimes you want to like, as soon as new stuff comes up, you want to be able to rent it like the first turn because you know it's like so huge, especially late in the game. Like maybe I want to make sure hopefully Mel doesn't take first place for last round because she could then grab that. But like, yeah, it's totally what's going through my head. It's so fun.
After that mistake, this is actually better though for me. So I beat this game.
Yeah, now you're going to finally beat your 4 games with difficulty 2.
Yeah. Let's take this red 6. I don't really know what I'm doing next, but let's take that red 6. We'll refill. Then I will take my crystal.
Oh, yeah.
Let's put that here because this will give me 3 points at the end of the game when that's full, which it is. Okay,
so you've beaten 1 here, 1 here, 1 here.
And then this one.
And 1 here. So Mel grabs that achievement.
And then I have also played 3 of the blue games. 1, 2, 3. So I also get
I know, that's what I was going for. I was going to grab that one. That sucks.
I don't know where we're putting these.
Wherever. Just put them somewhere we can see them.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
That's my turn. That's why when I saw that one come up, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is even better. Because I can get 2 in 1.
Yeah, I know. I thought the exact same thing. I was like, I can prevent you, maybe beat you to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I knew you had trouble with this one, so then I grabbed that one before you can.
Yeah.
Oh man.
My God.
This is rough.
I beat him to the video store, to the game he wanted.
And the crazy part, what's going on right now too, is like the sports game one's been driving me nuts because there's like only 1 sports game, right?
Yeah.
There's none that have shown, maybe they've passed by. You're not allowed to look through discard piles normally, but yeah. 2 have passed by. There could be more here, but these 2 could be sports games.
And they could be hard.
I know, like you don't know what they need. So it's like, I have no idea. And it's like, I could buy a magazine, but there is none. Oh yeah, I forgot to put the crystals out on the magazines. Whoopsie. Yeah, there could be there, but then like we don't even have magazines to buy right now to help, but they could show up next turn. It's like, this is the crazy part. It's like the push your luck, like the waiting for the right time. Like, oh man. And the magazine thing. Okay.
I know. I don't know if I can get it, but we'll see.
All right. What do we want to do here?
This is your last tile.
Yep. I'm going to yoink this 3. And I'm going to do the purchase a magazine thing, which is probably bad because they're about to switch. So, like, the luck of the final one's having what I need. But I am going to... What do we think is harder? Oh, what color crystal do I need actually? Let's go with this one. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to, I need to rent a magazine as well, so I will take this red 2. I will spend $1. I'll rent the top magazine, please. So I need the pink symbol.
Okay, weekend. The weekend. Do I just hold my money? Yeah, can I just play what I own? Maybe save some money for the last round so I don't have to waste actions getting money. Hold on. So here I can do, let's say a 1 and a 1, and then a 3 and a 3. And that will beat this one. And then here I don't have, I can do 6, 7. Yeah, I don't have for that, but I could rent. Let's check the rentals that I've played before. I could beat that one. Yeah, let's spend 1. I'll rent this one, which I've already rented before, but I know this is probably bad to use up all my tiles now. Oh no, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. I don't have. It's not color. It's number that I'm trying to match. What else have I played? These ones. Can't do that one. Don't have numbers for that one. No, maybe I'll just save. Let's just hold, and maybe we can get there next round. We have some starting resources. Yeah. Yep. Go ahead.
I have no money left for the weekend.
Oh, I forgot I have a magazine. Does that help? If I use this magazine on this fighting game, and the top, oh yeah, I can do it. I can do it. Yeah, let's do, yeah, sorry. Magazine helps me on fighting. So if I rent this one, I did have a way. I thought I did. Okay. So I'll just pretend the magazine's a 7. This is a 7, and then my play button is a 2, and this is a 2. So I flip that to beat it. I get a white crystal from using my magazine, and I'll put that right here. Okay, and then I'm good. Go ahead.
Nope, I have no money for the weekend, so.
Whoa!
I went all in on that one early in the week, and
you play Popstar all week. You probably beat it midweek, and on the weekend you're like, I got nothing to play. This sucks.
2 weekends in a row.
You had to go play outside. What a loser. Go play outside. All right, reset. Yeah. Meeple's back. Reset the grid. I will reveal the next 2 games in the rental store, the final round, final week. We have Bloody Blades, aka Mortal Kombat, and Basketball Blasters. There's one sports game. It's an easy one. And the magazines. Final 3 magazines. Okay. Get some crystals for those. Final 3 games in the store. We have Arid Outbreak. Ghost File. And Meow, Meow Racing. Meow. And the final 3 crystals should be in the bag if I've done this correctly. Let's drop them here. And the bag's empty. The deck of games is empty. The magazines are empty. All the rental stores have been revealed. We officially know we're on the final week/weekend. And I'm first?
Yep.
All right, so this is serious business. There is a sports here. There's also a sports here. And the magazines are still up for grabs if I care to go that route. But maybe just beating as much as I can and finishing off some of these games that I've played might be a good strategy. Because they are points and they're probably easier to get it done because I've already played them once. Like this thing's a 15-pointer. But if Mel rents it before I do, and I also have to find like 5 things that match. Oh my God. So what I'm going to do, oh, how do we do this? I'm going to grab the 6. And I'm going to spend 1 to buy a magazine. I think. I want this one. Yeah, I need black. Okay.
Okay. I am going to spend or take this. Oh, I can't take an IOU. Oh, I could get rid of. Yes, I could.
Why can't you take an IOU? Show me.
No, I can. I don't.
Yeah,
have
as long as you don't have
I
8
could discard
IOUs.
something else.
But you'll just have to discard a number tile.
Is there anything that's like that I want? Okay, so I'm taking this 5. I'm going to take this action here where I take an IOU and 2 money. So then I will have to discard down if you will pass me an IOU. I'll have to discard down.
Now Mel checks if she has more than 8 tiles. If she does, she has to discard down and cannot discard IOUs.
Okay, we're going to discard this 3. I don't know if I need that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing here. None of this stuff's lining up for me at all. Sports games are not happening for me.
Yeah, there's this one, that one.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's like
that was,
this. Yeah.
That they didn't really come out in the rental store.
And like only so many actions. All right, let's do. Matching color in order. Yeah, that's messy. Oh yeah, this doesn't help with those. This helps with that. Let's take this and take an IOU and 2 cash, please.
Okay. I'm going to take. Oh, I'm going to have to discard again. Oh my God, this game is killing me. I'm going to take this 3. Get rid of this 5. I'm going to buy a magazine.
No.
And I'm going to buy the first magazine there, yeah. And then.
Damn.
When I do this, I now have all symbols.
All genres are covered.
All genres.
Okay.
So I will take this 10 points.
Damn, I was gonna grab it too. I was like, if you don't do it, I'm getting it.
But I don't know. I only
look at. I'm like one behind on every single achievement. I've totally failed. I went too wide.
You played more games and stuff than me though, so
But not beaten maybe.
I don't know.
And some of them are easy ones that are worth like no points. Oh, that sucks.
Your last token here.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. This is a mess. This is a mess. Can I even... I took a 5 and grabbed this. It's possible. But it's only 3 points. That sucks. Then this I won't be able to do unless...
Oh, I can't even do that.
Could go for like random tiles. Yeah.
Oh, I can do that. Okay.
Let's just do this action. I have 2 money. I'll take this 5. And I'll do the take 2 random tiles from the bag. YOLO. 1 and a 6.
Oh, that 6 might be helpful for you.
Yeah, maybe. So I'm at the max 8 here. And do I want to play anything? No. No, go ahead. It's going to be an interesting weekend. I might take a minute on the weekend.
I'm going to take this 1 and get rid of an IOU and take $1. Because I'm running out of space here.
Okay, so we're in the weekend?
Yes.
Final weekend.
Final weekend.
This is just going to slow down as I look. Oh, okay, with the magazine I do. So that draw of the 6 did come through. Okay, so I'm going to go for this big 15-pointer. I'm going to rent this old game that's been played to death for $1. I am going to, right now, so don't forget, I'm going to use this magazine for 1 tile of any type. I'll make it a 6 of whatever. And I have a 6, a 6, a 6, 6, 6, 6. And then plus my previous play experience, I remember how to beat level 3 again, that one tricky jump. And then I'll get rid of those. This black one goes here. It actually, this one will draw me a random tile of the bag.
Oh.
And you can resolve these in whatever order, I'm pretty sure.
It can be helpful.
Yeah, it could be 7 green, okay. I'll flip this to beat it. I don't get a new tile from over there. Okay. Let's see here. This, I would need any color but increasing order I don't have. I have $1 left, so I could rent something. This I would need matching colors, 3 matching colors I don't have. And I have none others played, but can I beat one with what I have here? That's been played before.
The only one you haven't beat is that one. And your own.
Yeah, but I don't have the colors. No, I mean that I haven't played yet at all. Like I can't get a new release. So any ones with gems on them, I can't rent because I can't afford. So is there some cheap and easy game I can just beat for a quick thrill? No, I think all the ones with gems on them I'm blocked on. Yeah, some of them I could beat, I think, but I'm blocked. This one I've already beaten. Yeah, I've been going the route of not doing new releases, which means I haven't got many crystals, which has led to like problems. But yeah, this little mess here doesn't really do anything for me. Yeah, I'm locked out just because I have 1 money too short. I shouldn't have bought that 1 magazine, I think, but it worked out. I don't think there's anything I could do. Play Popstar? Oh, I could just play it. You're right. I could play Popstar. I'm thinking of only beating, but I definitely can play it because I definitely have 2 tiles of the same color. So there's my money to rent it. Yeah, I can play Popstar. I forgot that I could just play that one.
Which tile would you like?
Oh yeah, because it could lead to maybe I complete here, but I doubt it. I would need... I'll just take the purple 4.
Oops.
I don't think I can do anything with it here. I'd still need... Yeah, if this was like a 2, I could do 2, 3, 4, 5 and beat this. But I can't, so it's okay. I'm done. My weekend was not as exciting as I thought it would be.
All right.
Thank you, Patrick, for the tip.
I think... It doesn't matter. I think I can spend $2 to rent this new game.
Are you going to play it, though?
Yeah, I'm going to beat it.
Well, show me.
So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the same color. 1,
Iron Mancer.
2, 3, 4, and I'll use my magazine.
Damn, that's a 10-pointer game you just beat.
Okay, I'll put this on here.
Yeah, you get a tile, so it might help you do something else.
We're going to put on here because I'm going to get a red one. Then I beat it, so I get this red crystal, which will give me 3 more points. Because that's full.
Nice.
Then let's just take this one. I don't have any more money to rent other games, so it doesn't really matter, but... And then we'll replace that with that. Okay.
Done?
That's all the money I have.
Pass me the score sheet. So now we take this thing. We know we've hit the last weekend of the game. So we've done it 5 weeks. And again, we know because of what I explained before. And now we go on to scoring, okay? So if you want to use your better handwriting. So now we're going to total up games played. And remember, a game you've beat is a game you've played. So I will go with me first, I guess.
Played way more than me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games I've played. And because I played 9 games, that gets me 8 points. Okay. And Mel's played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that will barely, she barely gets the first 2 points. If you played 5 or less, you get nothing for that one. Now we're going to count whoever played the most, which is obviously me. So I get 8 points. If Mel also tied me, she would get 4, and I would get 4. But she definitely has more crystals, I think. Yeah, I only have 4 crystals.
I have 6.
You have 6.
Or 3.
So Mel gets 8 points for having the most crystals.
Okay, so we're tied here. So
now we go to our passwords. I'm sure Mel got more points on her passwords. I only completed this row that gives me points. So I only get 2 points for that line.
Okay, I have this row is completed for 3. This row is completed for 3.
Damn.
So that's 6, and that's all.
And that's it, yeah.
So
6
I get
points
6
off
points
your password. Okay. And then we go down here for the achievements we all yoinked. I only have 10 points for mine. I only got this one. Smell literally like sniped them all before I wasn't going for all of them that hard. I was trying to do a little bit of everything, so maybe I can grab a whole bunch, but I should have focused more, I think. But yeah, you definitely, you did good there.
Okay, so you had how much, right?
10. Mine was easy to add up. You have 27?
7, yeah.
Damn, that's a lot. Okay, but now...
But you played more games than me.
No, it's not about playing. It's about beating games.
Beat them,
this is where all the most points usually come from. Okay? It's all about beating the game. But you had so many magazines, so it should have led to you like beating a ton.
Well, I beat everything I played except one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you'll get a lot of points for just...
and I got a calculator that I'll run just so...
So I beat this one as 2 points, plus 8 points, that's 10, plus 15, we're now in 25. I beat this one as 2 more, that's 27. I beat this one as 6, that's 33. And then down here I beat this one, which is another 6.
39.
39. That's not a lot. That's low for me. I usually get over 50 points there every time, almost 60 sometimes.
All right, can you just tell me there what I've...
So Mel is beaten an 8.
8.
A 10, so we're at 18. Plus a 6, that's 24. Plus a 4, 28.
Plus a 7.
Plus a 7.
35. Oh.
So you almost got the same amount of points I beat. I think you got me.
All right.
So now you add up my column, add up your column, and we'll find out who the wiener is.
Plus 10, plus 39. I've got 67. And I got...
Yeah, it's hard. Like the money, you got to take money in this game, but it leads to like IOUs blocking up your power to like beat games. But then you need money to rent the games to even beat them. So it's like this cool balance of like trying to have enough tiles to match and the money you need to buy, but then the video games you buy to help you beat the games, but then it might not leave you with enough money to rent all the games you want to beat with your magazine. It's just like, there's definitely this fine balance of like, yeah, it makes my brain hurt, to be honest, but it's like, the more you play it, obviously, the less your brain will hurt. So that's it for the stream. We don't have to talk about anything else. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Bye-bye. Just kidding. So if we look at the score, Mel crushed me 78-67.
Mind you,
damn achievements, man.
As people were saying. So this is something, I didn't really go for achievements the very first game that we played, and I realized that was where I fell short. The other thing is this like little password. Getting points on here as well that just kind of accumulate is also helpful if you're not playing as many games.
So what I tried the last time we played last night to try to make sure my daughter had a better chance, and this time I wanted to try it again based on what the achievements were. I tried to focus more on just playing games for cheap, so only old games, so that my money could be used for magazines and playing older games.
And playing more games, right? Because you can play double the games.
Playing and beating more games. The only problem I found with that was my sheet doesn't get full up here for points, also doesn't fill up the rows and columns to give me more resources here. So that hurt, and that means I'm missing out on like 8 points for getting the most crystals. But also what I've learned it did was at the end of the game when I'm looking, even every weekend almost, I'm looking and I'm like, oh damn, I don't have enough money to rent because they all have crystals on them and you're not playing enough of them to clear them for me, which I thought maybe if you're filling that up, that'll lead to my frugal strategy to be able to spread my wealth further. But I should not have wasted the time trying to chase you on magazines because they did not help me as much. I thought I could grab that 10-pointer and still yoink it from you. But then I realized I didn't leave enough actions in that last week. So there was like multiple ways I was going for this, but then I'll get distracted to switch my strategy. I should have just stayed on my own lane and just did my own thing. But it's the fun of the game. It's like it's always ever changing and ever flowing. Like, yeah, it's so cool. I don't know. I like it a lot. Mel, what are your thoughts on this game?
I think this game is super fun. So I think I was telling Rob this, that I didn't play tons of video games when I was younger. I had 3 brothers and they all did. We had all the systems, all of that. They rented video games, but I wasn't really into that. But I'm aware of this. So, but the theme is here. Like, it is very, very thematic. As you even just said right now, I didn't have enough money for the weekend.
Yeah.
Right? Like, every kid can relate to that. So the theme is spot on and the game is fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely cool.
Yeah.
The only thing is like the competition. I don't remember so much competitiveness when we were younger. We were more playing a co-op, right? So when I grew up, like we were on the playground sharing drawings of Zelda maps and strategies and helping each other out. We were lending each other games. Even on Christmas Day or the day after Christmas, you'd all gather at one friend's house who got most games. You'd bring all the games you just got. Or on your birthday, you get some games. And of course, you invite your friend over the next day to come play those games. We were all more working together just to play a lot of games and have fun. And like, you know, you borrow a game, once you beat it, you give it back. Or you rent the game, you hope to beat it. If you didn't beat it, you rent it the next weekend. But there was no competition.
But I guess you can think about it as, I don't know you. And I'm my own person at my own house that I'm not your friend per se.
Yeah, in reality, we're way more co-op, but the way I could stretch it, picture the movie, what's it called? The Wizard or whatever? The one that revealed Mario Brothers 3, where everyone's competing in a video game competition and they're practicing. It was about getting better at one game, not just playing a lot of things. But I guess you'd get better at games if you played more games. But we all know there's like esports now where people are competing and playing games. There's that like Nintendo Switch thing, playing all those classic games, trying to get the high score, like the Nintendo World Championships. That's what I kind of picture involved here. That was a thing back in the day. Or, you know, another way you could be competitive with games is like the more games you play. Remember you like when you bought action figures or magazines, you'd clip out things and you could mail them in to like collect a whole bunch, mail them in, and get a cool like toy or something or a special magazine. That's what I could picture it, be more competitive. Like the more games you rent and beat, if you take the pictures and send them into Nintendo Power, maybe they would send you a cool something, like a cool Mario something for doing that. That's how I kind of picture what is going on here. Because yeah, when we were growing up, it's like, I just want to play the games, and yeah, maybe I wanted to beat a game before my friend. Like, oh, if I could be the one to beat that dungeon and come back the next day to say, I was the first one to beat the water dungeon in Zelda, you know? Like, yeah, I'd walk tall and I'm the coolest kid that week, you know? So maybe I could see it as kind of that. But putting a 90s theme on a point salad game is done very well. Mm-hmm. The art, the graphic design, very cool. It is a lot at first.
But it makes sense.
Yes. I kind of like, man... Imagine a playmat for this, though, where it organizes everything a bit, would be more functional. Or a board where this stuff goes on. But it works as, like, just the cards and the tiles. But it would look cool if, like, it was on a board where it told you where to put the cards, and the board had, like, it was kind of like a cork board that had, like, things on it that you would have in your child room, or, like, maybe it was just looked like a TV and a Nintendo in the background, kind of like a game console, similar to that, like, trailer and stuff. You know, just look like it was your room in the 90s, you know?
Yeah, and this looked like the shelves in the stores.
So it's like, it's missing. When it's on the table, it looks very noisy when you're first learning it and teaching it. It's just like, you don't even know where to look and what is going on. There's a lot. So after the first play, it clicks for sure. Even the first week, it clicks. But yeah, my daughter looked at it and was like, it was very inviting. Like she wanted to know more. Like it looked very, like it pulls you in. And but when you're learning, it's like very confusing. Like, why is this, or what are these actions? It's a lot of symbols and stuff. But like with any game that's full of symbols, it's like you just got to play it once or twice and it'll kind of click. So I'm a little worried about taking this to our family member game night, you know, where we're all playing, like trying to explain to like our niece, like I don't know if she would get what's going on here.
Yeah, I think she's too young for it, but she could play with someone.
Yeah, but definitely her parents were in this time and they would understand completely what's going on after an explanation. They played harder board games and stuff too. The game's not that complicated. It's not that difficult. It's easy to learn. The rule book works. It explains everything and has beautiful little quotes in it for sure. Let me show you. So like, you know, like it's button mashing time. Like they try to explain, like when they're teaching you things, like they give little strategy tips and some extra explanation, but it's very clear. And I love the way it's like, oh, why would you want to play a game? You know, you're a great gamer, but that doesn't mean you'll always nail it on the first go. Sometimes you got to run through a game a second time before it all clicks. Just what I said about this game. But it's like, why would you want to play games instead of just beating them? And then it tells you, like, it makes the game easier. And then even put some flavor in there, talking about even without a save game option, you totally improve the more you play a game. It gets way easier to beat it once you put some hours in. This, like, because I understood this, this helped me, like, be able to explain this game and teach this game because I can tie it to the theme and they put it right in here. I thought that was very clever. I like that very much because it can be a little abstract if you're just like, you don't understand the theme. This can be very abstract because you're just like collecting colors and numbers and matching them and getting points. Boring, you know, but because they lined it up with the theme and the special art that's unique, kind of reminds me of the Brotherwise games where they, you know, Boss Monster and stuff. Dungeon Cart where they use their own like Sega or Nintendo adjacent art and theme, so it's unique. I like the way they went with their own unique stuff, not just try to knock off existing properties and, you know, look like they're just trying to not pay the IP license, you know, but they actually made it feel like it's their own, like, these are the kind of games you kind of remember a game like this at the rental store, and this could totally fit. But yeah, it's all here, like lots of little flavor. The video game mag's got all the tricks, codes, and walkthroughs to help you dominate any game. But all it is like, it's a wild to help you like replace a tile. But they did a good job of like turning it into something that ties back to that time and that theme. And I think it's done very good. Very well, very well. I want to read some comments. So there's the designer says here, Patrick, thank you for watching, Patrick.
Yes, thank you so much.
Says, thanks, Rob. I made sure to be here since you are the first doing gameplay outside of Brazil. Maybe this is a reputation worth of 10 points. LOL.
Oh, but that still doesn't bring him to the win, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, I still lose by 1 point even with those.
Even with the bonus.
Even with bonus 10 points from the game designer. But Patrick, the more important thing that means a lot to me. Patrick says, you explained it perfectly. Thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here as well.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time.
Yes, thank you.
But yes, you put together a beautiful little game here, very fun, and I was skeptical. When I saw it, I was like, how is this collection game going to simulate and feel like I'm a kid trying to gather resources to rent video games? It's like, I expect a board like Stardew Valley and roaming around like to grandma's house and rolling dice to pass tests and do I beat the game? But that would not be as good. I don't know. Maybe that would be good. I don't know. But that's what I pictured a game. But then when I looked up the game, started looking at screenshots and reading the description, and then at Gen Con when I saw it, I was like, I got to give it a try. I can't just judge it because it's not the vision I have for a game like this. But when I played it, I was like, as soon as I read the rule book, I was like, yeah, okay. They got me. They sold me. Everything is explained why it's doing what it's doing. So they take that abstract set collection, numbers and colors and math, and literally like with the graphic design and the art, it just gives you that feels of like 80s and 90s renting and beating video games and looking at the magazines and seeing the cover art. But then when you actually play the game, it looks nothing like the cover art. It's perfect. Perfect stuff. I love it. Good job, guys. Definitely good job.
It's definitely very fun. And like you said, like the theme, everything makes sense why you're doing it and how it works.
Yep.
Yeah. Very well thought out.
Yep. The only thing I'll give it a negative on is I was a Nintendo kid, still kind of am. And this feels definitely, I'm sure in Brazil, I'm assuming Sega was more popular than Nintendo, is what the vibe I'm getting from this game.
Oh, okay.
That's what I get.
So it's the wrong console for you.
Yeah, I was a very against Sega. Like I would make fun of my friends that had Segas that like, you know, they didn't have the cooler system. And like there'd be all those commercials, Sega versus Super Nintendo versus Sega Genesis. And I was always shaking my head like, you guys you have it wrong, man. Nintendo games play better, look better, sound better. It's a better experience, better designers, better quality. Yeah. So that's where I am. So I wish it had more of a Nintendo feel because it has more of a third party or Sega Genesis feel in my mind. Based on like this cheesy grid paper, and also the cartridges being vertical instead of horizontal, like a Super Nintendo cartridge. Like, it has the Super Nintendo cartridge look and feel of the controller, but the fact that it's vertical makes me feel like it's not, which is totally fine. But that's the only thing I could give it marks for.
And that's like nothing.
As a Nintendo fanboy, I want more Nintendo, but it's fine. It's totally fine. It's fine. My nitpick, there you go. But that's just me being selfish.
And it has nothing to do with gameplay, which is... That's funny.
So they say Sega is more popular from 89 to 94, 95, then NES takes the lead. Yeah. I think Andre had SNES and I had Mega Drive, Brazilian Sega Genesis. Yeah. Oh, I know what the Mega Drive is. I know what the Mega Drive is.
And you try to mix references. That makes sense.
Yeah. No, I can see it's a blend of everything for sure, because the button tiles feel like Super Nintendo controller, not like the 6 or 4 button layout from a... I guess it could be the 4 button layout. No, the Sega was a 3 button layout. Then they did the 6 button layout. So yeah, the button tiles make me feel like Nintendo. The action tiles make me feel like Sega. The cartridges make me feel like third-party games from both systems. And yeah, I don't know.
These though I love. I love
the password sheets.
The password sheets are so cute.
Like who?
Even like how it's like kind of in like child cursive.
Did I showed that, right? That there's different password sheets.
But like look at even how it's like written, kind of like.
Yeah, I forgot to mention there are. Maybe I did mention it. There are unique password sheets that you can choose to play with whatever side you want, and kind of build your strategy around it.
I just love how it looks like notebook paper. Like,
yeah, little pencil scribbles to draw the arrows in.
And even like this one has like, this is like circled, like I want to achieve this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, or this one is circled too. It's very, very clever.
Yeah, it's like, when you draw the map, your like overworld map for Zelda, you put your little squares and like which way to go and where the dungeon is, but like you also have to write out like your passcodes to like get back to level 7, once you get that level. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah.
So now actually we are, each of us, me, you, and Chelsea have all won a game.
Yep. Yep. I won the first game, right?
Yep.
And then our daughter wrecked us. She
she
rented and played a 15-point game on the first week.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck? Yeah, she stayed focused and crushed us. She had over 100 points.
Yeah.
100 points she got. And we made sure she was playing correctly. We were teaching her the game, but she just locked it in and knew like exactly what she wanted to play and never lost focus. And yeah, and then Mel just won this one, so
yeah,
he's the final.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we got to play it out for one winner in the final game. Yeah. Oh yeah, she crushed us.
She crushed us.
It was disgusting.
Yeah.
I should have just paid attention to how she played yesterday and used that today on stream and not said anything, but it's okay. Patrick says, I hope that my handwriting sucks, so it already looked like a kid did it.
Did you write that? And I'm saying it looked like a kid did it? I'm so sorry. It's meant to look like that, I'm sure, you know?
That's what my writing looked like when I was a kid too, and my writing sucks. Yeah. I know what Patrick feels like.
So I don't mean to offend. I mean that it looks like what it's supposed to look like.
Your writing sucks.
I like it.
Anyways, thank you guys for making the game. Again, Arcane Wonders bringing it over to North America, I guess.
I think there was someone said, did you say October, November? One of them said.
October, November is the English release?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it just says coming soon on the Arcane Wonders website.
And I think was it Ultravioletta said that you can pre-order in Canada, pre-order in Canada is up.
Oh, it is up now?
So.
Oh, okay.
Not offended at all. Okay, good. I was going to say, if I offended you, I would feel so bad.
No. We're all having fun here. So let's go to Board Game Oracle, maybe. Oh, it is there now.
I don't think this was there before.
No, it wasn't before.
I think I looked it up.
Yeah, because I was looking before Gen Con to try to reduce the amount of games I was lugging around, as you guys know. So I looked ahead for some games to see if I could just pre-order them at my local game store.
Oh, not a promise, more of an estimate of November.
Understood. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so
so you can pre-order.
Board Game Bliss and Great Board Games have a pre-order up, so it's coming to Canada.
And the Great Board Games are already out of stock. They already sold their pre-orders. That's good.
Or they might not have made it in stock yet until they find their final numbers. And then only Miniature Market has it up for pre-order in the US. So more pre-orders will show up. And we got an October, November timeline, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, more so November it looks like.
But man, as long as it's out in the US, as long as it comes out before like, you know, the holiday season, like that would be perfect, right? For people like late November, because then everyone's doing their shopping and like people know that that's when everyone's getting video games in you know, North America. You get them at the holidays, right? Like that's a thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's like the perfect time to come out. This is the game you play around the holidays with family to remember those times of growing up in the in those days. Now you're just downloading games on your phone and like there's none of that anymore. But anyways, it's all been ruined. Okay, that's cool. But we already have a copy, so we don't have to care when it comes out in stock or when it's in stock or pre-ordering.
I'm glad we got this at Gen Con.
We just had to pay thousands of dollars to travel to Gen Con and drive for like 9 hours to go get it. That's all we had to do. So we definitely got the better end of the deal. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks to all 49 of you who've clicked the like button.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you haven't, can you get us over 50? That would be great.
Yeah.
Anyone.
Awesome. But yeah, that was definitely a fun game to play. I like it. Yes. Again, it's not the usual game we play on the channel. We've played games like this before, but I got to be in the mood usually for it. But like this with the theme, theme can pull me right in. And I always tell people that if you want to pull someone into the hobby, find the game that is of the complexity and the theme that they like, because they can use that theme to tie rules together and help them understand and not feel so overwhelmed. This would be the exact game that would pull me in if I had no idea about the hobby and I was like a little overwhelmed by games, because I can understand the theme, get into the game, and this is like the type of thing. So if you have a gamer who grew up in the 80s and 90s and they're not gaming hard with you, this might be the game you can rope them in with and then eventually get them playing those bigger, juicier, crazier games with you. Maybe, but don't scare them away. But yeah, so that's what I like it for. That's what I'm going to use this game for, is to like pull some people in, like play it with some gamers who I don't play games with a lot, because it makes sense. Like they'll understand it once I explain it and then show them the rules. So yeah. There is no solo option that I know of.
No, I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, there's no solo option for this game, but you know what? Even if there isn't one, if this game is popular enough, somebody on Board Game Geek will design some kind of printable deck or something with a D6 that you can make. They do it all the time with these games, that you can easily make a solo variant, but somebody will come up with it. They just got to give it some time first, right? But maybe that could be an expansion, adding some other, you know, little side areas, adding, you know, maybe another, like an overlap of 80s into 90s or 90s into, you know, late 90s, like the N64 kind of PlayStation 1 era. If you can mix that kind of in and use that theme to kind of like add in some other variability. But again, there's so many decks and tiles and things that get shuffled and moved around that the game does. Your strategy can't be the same every time, I don't think. But yeah, maybe a solo variant could be put in there.
They do say no solo mode. We made the game completely focused on the competitive experience with friends, which it shines like this. Yeah. So I don't think we have people like we can play together. So I get that if you.
But these kind of games, they're easy to design a solo mode because you just need like a D6 and a pawn and maybe a deck of cards that tell you like randomly where the bot would go based on some criteria, like, and then you just like use the meeples of another player to like cover the spots that they rent to block you, steal some crystals away, then they add up points some other arbitrary way that you're competing. Like somebody will figure it out on Board Game Geek if there is no plans in the future for a solo mode. Somebody will put that together. Just be patient. Don't buy the game hoping for that. Maybe help somebody on BGG. Someone will look for playtesting, but people always, nature always finds a way. Okay. Board gaming culture always finds a way for the solo gamer to play like every game, I feel. Yeah, just check the Board Game Geek forums under the variants. Somebody will do it eventually. And if there's some new news on that, leave it in the comments below. And if you're watching the video later, and if there's a solo update, let me know. And let other people know who are watching the video, of course. Solo finds a way, you know. Yep. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. And we'll see you in the next stream. Bye-bye.